It's time for Volume 2. We've cleared Volume 1. Look at that art. Look at that art. Now we're moving on to the purple one. Ah, delightful. So soak in the box art we didn't last time. We can see we got Haseo over here looking pretty cool in his Terror of Death form. I suppose that's the look you get when you get the scythe. Or this is a flashback, because it is called Reminisce. So maybe this game will have a bunch of flashbacks or something. I don't know. But Pi and Kun are here, so maybe not. Yeah. Spoilers, but I wanted to check something. Oh, and it's got up top, Orca and Balmung, but you know they're not. There's zombie versions. They're fake. They're fakers. Okay. Yes. New game. Oh, cheat mode. Forgot there was a cheat mode. For those who played .exe or want to. Is that what it's? Let's convert it. We are able to continue unfinished quests from Volume 1. Should want to list data? Yes. Because I did everything. There's a bonus for converting GU Volume 1. Rebirth clear data. If your inventory is full, items will be stored in your guild storage. Following lists display items are attained. Spring coffee, fairy rain, fairy drop, healing. Yep. Oh, some money. A new movie was added to desktop movie player. Oh, I forgot to check that. I need to check that. I guess next stream. The report things.
After all that's happened, you really want to stay in the world. Yeah. All that we have is here. You and I. Yes, this place is all we have.
The Dong. The creepy twin plot thickens.
The online game, The World, Revision 2. It has now become a place where players prey on other players. A lawless land, filled with an overabundance of PKers. And the PKKer, feared by all PKers, was Haseo, the terror of death. Haseo searched and at long last found his hated enemy, Tri-Edge, but discovered he was no match for him. He was then reduced to level 1 by Tri-Edge's data drain. In his search for a power that could defeat Tri-Edge, Haseo learned of the anomaly known as Ida, and the epitaph users that could resist them. and that lured him towards their power, the Avatars. Bordeaux, a PKer with a grudge against Haseo. Matsu, the 7th unit leader of the Moon Tree Guild. Alkaid, the former emperor who fights to regain her throne. Through battling these three, Haseo grew both as an epitaph user and as a person. Upon defeating Endrance, the beautiful emperor of the Demon Palace, Haseo learned that he had been using Ida to fill a hole in his heart from something lost in his past. On the day Haseo was crowned the new emperor, the young girl of Moontree, Adelie, disappeared. In his search for her, Haseo came upon outer space, and at last encountered Triedge. In his second battle with Triedge, Haseo came out victorious. Triedge was broken up into data fragments and was lost. But just when everyone had let down their guards, a vast number of Ida tentacles suddenly appeared. And pierced Adelie's body.
Adelie!
Haseo?
Adelie!
I have to get up. I'll get yelled at again if I don't.
Adelie! Adelie!
If I could only be more like Haseo.
Hey, Adelie! Adelie!
Huh? Where am I?
In an at-home. Ours.
Hey, she's alright. Well,
And at home.
uh-oh. Maybe not.
Oban told me. And then I started to hear.
Adelie, calm down.
And then.
I don't know if it's an audio quality thing or if it's a filter to show something's wrong, but her voice is a little concerning. You see there, it's essentially screams, but it still doesn't have that filter. As far as I can tell.
Adelie! Hey, Adelie! Adelie, are you okay? Come on, speak to me! Damn it! Not this again! This isn't happening!
Oh, Haseo. Just leave everything to me.
Come on! Mega!
Don't worry, you'll be safe now.
So how do you feel, Adelie? Are you hurt anywhere?
I'm okay, I think. Huh? What? My voice.
You know, we haven't heard Adelie say anything for a while now.
Wait.
Maybe
Yeah.
your mic is broken.
At times like these, it's best to just log out and reboot.
Did Pi not answer Adelie's question a
I'll just
moment
log
ago?
out now.
Dun dun dun.
Huh?
It wouldn't be a .hack game without someone being trapped in the game. Trapped in the world.
I can't log out? Wait a minute. Where am I? Where is this place? I don't know where I am.
This is Raven's.
No, that's not what I mean.
So can they hear her or not?
This is an online game, right?
Well, yeah.
They're not here. My controller. My desk. My M2D. Where?
Oh, maybe she's been typing it all.
What's
Maybe it's a
happening?
voice to text thing.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Don't worry about your character. Just remove your M2D and... Wait. Wait a second. I don't understand. Where are we right now?
Oh, all of them?
Huh? We're right.
All of them.
What the hell? Haseo, what about you? Where are you right now?
Wait, am I seeing the world directly? But where did my real self go?
We've got to log out! Everyone log out!
Damn, I can't. What the hell is going on here?
Is this a really bad dream or something?
Calm down. Currently, it appears that all the players in the world cannot log out from the game's master server.
Oh, ooh, all of
Wait a
that's
minute, all the
that's a
players?
problem.
Yes, under the circumstances, it is most likely that the Ida phenomenon is to blame for this.
CC Corp
Wait a
not
sec.
gonna get sued for this.
Never mind logging out. What I want to know is, are we all really inside the game? But that's impossible. Even for Ida.
Your senses should be informing you that you have now ventured into the game's wondrous world.
Squeak.
If you say that
Squeak.
this truth is only an imaginary one, then I ask you, where is the real world? As long as they cannot be refuted, there is no end to the possibilities in this world.
Perhaps it's also Ida's influence that's keeping us from hearing Adelie's voice.
What is this Ida anyway? Some kind of bug?
Anyway, we've got to figure out the situation.
Putting aside our inability to log out, it looks as though the game itself is functioning normally. We can use chaos gates, platforms, and save shops as we did before this began. We can preserve our data at save shops as usual, but we cannot check email or forums from outside of the game. We still lack information. I'd like all of you to help investigate the situation. Pi, search the areas. Kun, go and search Lumina Cloth.
Understood.
Got it.
Haseo, search Makanu.
Fine with me.
You're tired. You should rest here for a little while.
Okay. What's happening to me?
Someone forgot to lotion.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sakaki. I have to contact him. I have to find him first.
I need to ask around Makanu. I should start by asking as many players as possible.
Alright, we're back. It's like we never left. It's really like I never left because I've been grinding out here for a week. A little bit of extra grind to make sure everything's nice and ready. The only thing I didn't really do was yeah, I didn't fully upgrade my swords and whatnot. Okay, talk to shopkeepers. Sell drinks. Oh, okay. That's because I figured I'd be able to do it anyway. Playing, and also because of a way I saw that I don't have the item. Back here maybe? Boop. Oh, he's gone. I don't know if I saw him on stream, but I found this guy, and it was PK side quest thing, where I just had to kill PKers, and there was a blacklist, and I got some cool weapons from him, and I haven't equipped the Ripper Blades. Some weapon types deal more damage or less damage against certain type of enemies. This is called a weapon affinity. Attack an enemy with weapon it weakens to increase the combat effectiveness. Additionally, you can now change your allies' equipment using... Yeah, nice. Good stuff, good stuff. But, yeah. New blades, get those up. And since Adelie was the only friend I had that had low, was... Everyone else had maxed out their affinity pretty easily. So I figure I can just trade one of them an item that will increase our weapon affinity, or whatever it's called. Get the affection and the affinity. Something like that. Hey, people. Hello. Let me out of here. Help me. I can't seem to log out for some reason, and I seem to be inside the world, and... Yep. Oh, you want to trade? Hey, never... Oh, no. What the fuck? He died. How'd you get that already? How'd you get that already? That's ridiculous. That's silly. That's downright ludicrous. What's going on? Am I really inside the world? That's it. I'm dreaming. This has to be a dream. It must be because I haven't slept for 4 days. I couldn't hold it up anymore. Man, I'm terrible. I can't stop playing the world even in my dreams. What do you got? No, not much. Oh, an astrologer's swole. Adds paralysis to attacks. Okay. Should probably be trading. Just get those trade points in. Gravity rank 83. Fairy fist. Fist fairy. Oh, slow attack. Double slow attack. Oh, right. Where am I? Is this really the world? Where is the development room? The debug machine. No way. This bug was. Oh, he's a debugger. Nice. Let's get this Stingray Stinger. I got plenty of wings of Lufu. We also got so many ohm shells. You know what? Fuck it. Let's see let's see if we can get a gravity rank. I'll get enough trades. I can't. I know I can get it now though. I know I can. That's all that matters to me. You. Oh, suppose I can't see machine rooms from inside. Did the Mecha Granty quest gave him the final batch of chimp spheres, and he just flew off into the sky like Team Rocket. At least I'd assume, because when it zoomed off, it was in the grass at a low angle, and this whole screen was blocked by some grass, so I couldn't really see what was going on. But I can assume. All right, I forgot. Bike. Doo-doo-doo. Hello, fellow gamers. Why can't I log out? What am I going to do when I have to go to the bathroom? I can't even log out with the logout command. This has never happened before. What should I do? You should trade with me. Nothing. Wait, actually. Healing serum. Pretty good stuff. But what about you? BJ? What am I going to do? We're inside the game. There's no response on the healing receiver either. No response on the healing receiver either. And I can't use my transformation cancel command either. I can't contact my squad leader or the other members at all. You can trade. Same stuff though. I guess the healing group does not have a lot of need for high-end equipment. What's going on? Why can't I log out? If I'm not mistaken, we're inside the game, aren't we? This is a much bigger problem than not being able to log out. What could be happening? I simply don't understand it. And yet, we still can't walk around in first person. Tut. Let's go. Let's take the scenic route. Ow. Birds. We're inside the world right now. I don't mean that we're playing the world. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to say. Don't you get what I'm trying to say? I forgot I didn't read the first thing, it's fine. Singer, the hangman, nothing there. Excuse me, I have something I'd like to ask you. You didn't ask me the thing. I guess you did ask if I understood. Eep, you scared me. Don't sneak up on me like that. I just got a message from Sakaki telling all of us to meet at Moontree. I presume we'll be going off to stop Kestrel from taking advantage of this situation and causing disturbances. Ooh, yeah, PKing might... That might not be a good thing to have in this current circumstance. Light armor. Armadillo shell, sure. I mean, you know, it's never a bad time for a trade. Let's see, I got all these ohm fragments. Ohm shells, my bad. I'd say it's a fair deal. Yeah, it's a little distraction from the horrible existential nightmare that you're living in. Hey, you there, what's going on? What on earth is happening? Why am I unable to log out? Is this some new type of bug? What are the debuggers doing? Why hasn't this been reported? I am no less than 3 seconds from going off the deep end. And let's see what we can do about that. And he's got not a lot I really need right now. I mean, I could get this, I suppose, but I won't be able to use it for a bit, and I'd probably get another one by the time. So you know what? You'll just have to stew in your own dread for a wee bit. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about at all. You get used to it. Honestly, you get used to it. I'm doing. Oh, no. Loading screens are probably even worse than, you know, being stuck in the world. I wonder how the average person would react if they were just riding their bike along and hit a loading screen just in real life. probably think it was a stroke. I'd probably chalk it up to a stroke. Where's there it is. Hello, party people. You wanna talk? Wanna trade? Sagittarius. Ooh, sniff, sniff, sub, sniff. My friend was PK'd and sniff won't come. Oh, that's it's worrisome, very worrisome. Spin ribs and crush sheaf. Gotta get those spin ribs. I don't know what to crush. I'll get the spin ribs for now. Would you like some fire mouse skin? Sniff, sniff, sob. Items. I have all these. I need to sell most of these stuff. I'm running low on item room. Poison needle. I need more needles to max out. And yeah, let's see. How's this looking compared to the spin root? Oh, alright, I'm not at the right level. Oh, it's even stronger. No, it's. I barely got a chance to use these because they're like they came out at the end. Like they were like the last quest. One of the last quests I did was getting these things, trying to hunt down those PKers. Anyway, what about you? What are you looking at? Got a problem with me? Where are the admins? Come on out. Great. What do you got? Handbag. Broad chief. Greedy handbag. That's what I need at this moment. Alright. Oh, back we go. Assumedly, I should go back. Oh, hey, you guys. Perfect. Something's gone wrong with the world. Oh man, what's going on? You got anything? Nothing at all. I can get you some stuff probably. I got, yeah, crests, which are 37. Do you need a 30 or a garment, a sub garment? Would you like a remedy sub garment? Yes, I'll give it right away. That's enough inquisition for now. It seems that the disturbance is taking place in Central Makanu. Please hurry and check it out. There's a disturbance in Central District. I better hurry and check it out. Didn't read the first part? Oh well. Book of 1,000. How are we looking? Oh. I'm giving you a reward based on the rules set by the Bench Committee. Be thankful. Yay, yay, yay. Yep, can't view products. Good. I thought for some reason that in this game, though, it wouldn't do this, but here we are. Movie. Okay, so that's fighting. That's what? 6th already, Jesus. Alright. That's just doing fights. That's interaction with party members, which is trades, gifts, and interactions. Beast Temple. That's just what, doing dungeons? Yeah. You know, boxes. Gotta do that more. Yep, that's yep. And that's monsters. And that is bike. Which is should have done that more. Oh, bike parts. Interesting. Should do more crashes. Arena matches. Yeah, I did a lot of arena matches. And I'm already way past time. Anyway, guild shop, you want some items? I got plenty. I will. Did I give him a garment or a no, that's a sheet. That's right. That's different. I think I gave him one. Let's just go with these. Because we're probably gonna run out of need for these. Copy storage. About new functions. You now have the ability to exchange items. Place the cursor over an item and press triangle to exchange it for GP. Does that work for some items? Oh, you can do money. Okay. So I can just sell here. Cool. I guess I'll keep gifting you some stuff for the bonus points. Yeah, cursor while away. Let's just equip whoever I give you last. Oh no, okay. Let's do a little bit of this, I guess. Still, oh, you're not my party, right? So that makes sense. Hey, Cresta. Unimagic plus 1. That's that. Should go ahead and give you that. I think that'll be all the stuff you need. Storage. Oh, right. Omen. I should have got more of these Owens. Anyway. Oh, good, he's offline. He kind of sits with while I'm scared. Alright, cool, buddy. Well, I could probably trade it all back. Yeah, it's alright. Oh, I should actually, while I'm thinking about it. Where? Customize, yes. I would like to customize this with more GP. Some abilities require 2 or more free slots. Oh, interesting. I don't need that though. I need, yes, more experience. Good. Actually, that might not be a great thing to do because it makes it harder to yeah, it's fine. Maybe I'll do a drop rate later. Because the thing about the weapon levels is that you basically need to do Rengekis to do it, and to get Rengekis you need to do combos, and to get combos you need enemies not to die in one hit. So, though then again, I guess I could have tried doing it with just weak weapons. I should have tried that. Next time I do it, I'll just try it with I'll just buy some of the lowest level weapons I can get.
Hey, what's going on here? Why can't I log out?
Is this some kind of event or someone's bad joke?
Can you tell me what's happening? You're some kind of admin guy, right?
That's Black Rose.
Please, calm down. We are working hard to...
How do you expect us to calm down?
I think.
What are you gonna do about this?
I'm terribly sorry. Please, just try to be patient for a while.
And I think that's also Steve Bloom.
So, that guy in the blue suit is an admin. It looks like even CC Corp doesn't have a very good handle on the situation.
You can now have information on the situation. Please come to Serpent of Lore immediately.
Short mail. Yada's calling me. Let's head back to Raven's Serpent of Lore.
Oh, good. I'm so glad I came all the way here.
Hey! You! Why can't I log out of here? Come on, speak up, will ya? Damn it! Damn it! Where am I? What is this place? Why am I actually inside the game?
So it seems that humans who lack morals both online and offline say the very same things after all.
Oh yeah, I love saying, why am I in the game IRL? It's the bee's knees.
Well, it seems that you only act strong when facing those weaker than you. Pitiful.
Was he acting strong? I think he was just
If you're
scared.
that scared, run back to Kestrel with your tail between your legs.
Ah yes, animosity between guilds. Makes sense, makes sense.
As reported, it looks like those from Kestrel are stirring more panic in the people. Everyone, go support the town's order. We must not let them panic.
Understood.
Adelie. I was so worried about you. Are you okay?
I'm sorry, Sakaki.
What's wrong? I can't seem to hear you.
You see,
Ever since you were killed by a bugged monster, you've been unable to speak?
yes, I know it's kind of hard to believe.
Oh no, I believe it. You're not one to tell a lie.
Yeah, say that less creepy.
I'm sure you know this, but all players are currently unable to log out from the game. In fact, they have lost sight of their very selves. It's almost as if their minds have been absorbed into the heart of the world itself.
But it's just an online game.
That's right, a game. But at the same time, it's also a reality all its own, Adelie. At any rate, we must stop the players from panicking. You will help us, won't you?
Yes,
Good girl. Well then.
So Mr. Sakaki's the only one you can rely on after all, huh?
Lol.
Haseo!
So it's you, Terror of Death.
Me.
It appears there are only enemies to be found in your world.
What?
Adelie, why are you here? I thought I told you to stay at the at-home.
I'm sorry. I thought I should contact Sakaki and...
Listen to me. This isn't something Moontree can do anything about.
I
Pause.
see.
For
Are you
emphasis.
saying you can solve this situation?
With a lot more certainty than you can. What's so funny?
He didn't say lol, he said
Conceit.
Totally different.
Don't you agree
Hey,
that it is
Wednesday,
the
how you
lust
doing?
for power that is most certain to make fools out of people? Terror of Death.
What do you mean by that?
I mean exactly what I said. Adelie.
Yes!
I will see you later.
Why did you say that?
Huh?
Why did you have to say things like that? Sakaki, Moontree, just wants to try and solve the situation. They only want to help everyone.
Ida isn't a problem that Moontree can solve.
But even so... I don't understand. I just don't understand you,
Why do they put cobwebs up there? Why does it look all run down? Why would you make it like this? Why CC Corp? Why?
I see.
The situation is much more serious than we thought.
Let us summarize for a moment. Ever since the Ida phenomenon occurred while searching for Atali, no one has been able to log out of the game. Furthermore, none of the players have been able to return to their real-world selves and their real lives. And no new players have been able to log into the game. Communications with the outside receive no reply.
Some of the players have panicked to the point where they're starting to get violent. It seems that the system admins can't contain these players any longer.
Yes, the system admins themselves are just as confused. Right now, their real selves are... At this point, we're no different than the lost ones.
It is quite obvious that the reason for this abnormality is Ida. If we ever want to return to the real world again, it is imperative that we investigate Ida as quickly as possible. And one more thing. Let me tell you something important.
Something important?
Now that her epitaph has been stolen, Atali's PC data is starting to degenerate.
Degenerate? What is he talking about?
I'm sorry.
But why didn't you tell us?
That's enough. Isn't it obvious? She didn't want us to worry about her. Yada, in this world our minds aren't residing in our bodies, but in our player characters, right?
That is merely speculation. But in this case, it would seem to be the most likely explanation for what we are experiencing.
So this is a world where our minds and characters are linked together.
So, what will happen if Atali's character data is lost while she's in this world?
There is a distinct possibility that her own consciousness will be lost as well.
What? You've got to be kidding me.
What should we do? How can we cure her of this?
Is your head just for decoration? You should try thinking before you make a big fuss.
Oh, Yada's getting sassy.
Master Yada, do we know anything else?
This too is only a guess. But it seems that this place is not really the world as we thought. It is a false world that Ida has created by copying the data off of CC Corp's servers. I believe that the world we are currently inside of is such a place.
So then, this is some kind of a mirror server.
See, I would have guessed it was Kun's avatar with his data. What was it? What? Prodigation, whatever the word is. I tried to save what's her name? Atali. By, copying some data, replacing it and whatnot. But went a bit too far.
That's one way
But
to
my
put it.
theory might not be true.
Atali, at one time you had the power to distinguish Ida's sound from all others.
Ida's sound?
Come to think of it, didn't you say something like that when we found Indy Glut Lu?
Well, if you mean hearing strange sounds and seeing bug-like things, I've had that happen a number of times.
Have you heard that sound after being placed in your present condition?
No, I haven't.
I thought so. It all makes sense. It would seem that the data Ida stole from her is...
You don't mean the young girl's Morgana factor?
Dun dun dun! A word, I don't know what that means.
What's that?
Master Yada.
It's all right to tell him all about it now. The Morgana factor is the specialized data that makes Epitaph users unique.
Dun dun dun.
Epitaph users are special characters created by CC Corp for use during certain projects. Thus, Epitaph user PCs have data inside them that is not found inside regular PCs.
Oops, sorry about that.
That's the Morgana factor, usually called epitaphs.
Do we know Adelie had an epitaph?
So the reason that we can use avatars is because we have that Morgana factor? I mean epitaphs?
That's right.
Hence, epitaph users.
CC Corp wants to mass produce Epitaph users.
You mean as a defense against Ida?
Yes, but thanks to strong protection protocols, we've been unable to adequately analyze them. We still don't know exactly what the Morgana factor is.
Thanks to that, not only can't we mass produce, we can't even make a copy of it.
So why not just bring the creator in on it? He should be able to take care of that without a problem.
As far as we know, the Morgana factor was not created by any one person.
Well then, how did you get a hold of him in the first place?
We managed to salvage it from the dark abyss of this world.
The abyss of this world?
I've been there.
Each of the Morgana factors has its own name and identity. In my case, the name of my avatar is Tarvos, the epitaph of the Avenger.
My avatar's name is Magus, the epitaph of the propagation.
Yep, propagation.
As for Aseo, his avatar goes by the name of Skaith. He is the epitaph of the terror of death.
The terror of death.
Oh, what a coincidence. What a funny circumstance.
It's the same as your PKK nickname.
It is an odd coincidence. It is pretty odd. Pretty unlikely, you might say.
You can't repair the Morgana factor.
Thus, now that she has lost her epitaph user abilities, Adelie can no longer hear Ida's sound.
Maybe that's also part of the reason why Adelie lost her voice.
Yada, what can we do to help her?
There are no alternatives but to try to recover her Morgana factor from Ida. However...
What?
It will be difficult to trace Ida precisely, now that we are no longer on the actual CC Corp server. Fortunately for us, this Ida server is far from being perfect. This world contains seams in the structure. The fact that we can save our data is proof of that.
That means...
Yes. All we have to do is find them. It seems to me that at this point, our only acceptable option is to infiltrate the Ida areas and conduct a thorough search.
Infiltrate? You mean with just us? There's no way we could possibly cover all the Ida areas between just the few of us.
This is an emergency. We will reach out and ask other players for help.
That's pretty impressive coming from someone as secretive as you.
Aseo, I believe you had a relationship with those at Moontree. You should go and ask them for help.
Moontree? Do you think there's a chance that they would really listen to me?
Moontree would never abandon someone in trouble. That's what Sataki always said. That Moontree is there to help save people.
Huh.
I will go and contact Zelkova myself. Hi, I want you to go with Haseo and help with his negotiations.
Yes, Master Yada.
What about me?
Adelie, you will stay here.
Huh? But...
If news of that arm were to spread beyond this group, it would only make things worse.
okay.
Off to Moontree headquarters. Don't forget, the area words are Delta setting Eternity's night moon.
I'll be back.
Okay, I'll be waiting at the Chaos Gate.
I think I'd rather hold on to that, I guess. I can't hold it here. So I'm trying to speak as hard as I can, and yet I can't. It's kind of sad, isn't it? Trade. Do you have anything to trade? Appropriate items for someone who's been gone this whole time. Let's see. I don't have stuff. I will give you a remedy garment. I will give you a remedy garment. I shouldn't have sold those watches. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna give you all the stuff. Let's go. The situation is only getting worse. We have to figure out a strategy. I need you in the party, probably. Okay, so see, it's red, right? Like, I'm not making that up. It's red. Now it's gray. Now if I go back up, it's still gray. Interesting. Anyway, party. Rats.
I'm sure you realize this, but we didn't come here to fight.
Yeah.
I'll handle the negotiations, so just act appropriately and try to get on their good side. Besides, it seems that for whatever reason, Zelkova has taken a liking to you.
Oh, I still get the tick. I think, did I get this armor again? I don't remember where I got it. Yeah, I did. It was the armor I got for fighting Kyranos. It ticks down my SP, but buffs my stats. Anyways, here, Mellow. I'm so lonely. Mellow. Extra members are running wild, so everyone went to stop them. Mellow. They're probably just having a party without me. I wish they'd invite me. Mellow. Yeah. So you guys really do just wait on those spots all day? But the whole gang's here.
I bid you welcome.
Haseo, welcome!
Have you had the chance to read the email from our guildmaster? His name is Master Yada.
Yep, we sure did. Every word.
Good. Then I would like to discuss the investigation of this system abnormality.
You're beating around the bush. Why not try telling us directly what it is you want?
To discuss the system abnormality.
Perhaps this will clarify things. I'm saying that perhaps you should consider bowing down and gracefully begging us to help you with your desire to escape from the Ida server. Members of GU. You Raven, that is GU members, are conducting an investigation of Ida, are you not?
Some secret.
Lol.
Mr. Sakaki, I'm quite surprised by... I was not aware that anything like that was going on.
I'm sorry. I felt I should keep it to myself until I was able to confirm it, as it was uncertain information. However, it would appear that it was not far off the mark.
Now, this is no time to be fighting each other. Although our positions may be quite different, our intentions are the same. Am I wrong?
There is no falsehood in my devotion to Moontree.
All right, let's cooperate with Haseo and his friends. After all, we do have to escape from here eventually.
Good. Then we shall follow your directions. Naturally, we have no intention of making GU public, rest assured.
Thank you.
So, what exactly is it that you would like us to do?
Currently, the place in which we are all trapped is not within a CC Corp server. You must try to think of it as if someone sent us all to a mirror server and then isolated it.
So then, that would be the IDA server.
Our objective is to find the many seams which exist inside this IDA server.
Seams?
Yes. We would like you to help us find phenomena that would normally be impossible to find in the world.
A data irregularity. In other words, you'd like us to find a bug.
That's right.
Very well. We'll take our units, split up, and search the different areas.
All right, I've got to do my best for Master Sakaki.
Oh.
Don't go out of your way just to get Master Sakaki's attention. Do you people get that?
Whoa, whoa! Getting a little scary there, pansies. Well, Sakaki has decided to cooperate with you. No need to worry about a thing. I'll help you out.
I may as well do some work myself.
Everyone, don't forget to report in regularly, all right? Now, let's be off.
Very well, if you'll excuse us.
All right, see you later, Haseo. Bye!
But how does he know about Ida and GU?
Yeah, the ticks don't go down during conversations.
Hey, at least we didn't have to spend a lot of time explaining.
Honestly, do you realize the significance of this? Orders from Master Yada. Although it's not certain, an area with faint Ida signals has been found. We'll meet up with Kuhn and conduct a thorough investigation of Delta Galloping Settled Desert.
Delta Galloping Settled Desert. Alright. Go team. Yeah, it grays out. Interesting. I never noticed that before. Party. Probably should save. Alright, I'm gonna go get my water. I forgot. Be back in a second. Alright. Pretty low area.
They're here.
Hello.
Who are you?
We're searching for the criminals who have been spreading viruses all over this world.
Ah.
If we PK everyone, we should be able to find the culprits sooner or later, right?
I can't argue with that logic, not one bit.
And once we do, we can finally return to our own world and be done with this place. Tough break, guys.
Are you serious? So you're PKing because you couldn't handle the anxiety?
What was that? That's it. No mistake here. These guys are definitely the culprits. Get them!
Can't argue with that logic.
Bring it on!
Rocket attack!
As expected.
Those guys just now were PKers from Kestrel, right?
Yeah, this is bad. It seems like everyone's starting to panic and go crazy in the different areas.
Then we'd better hurry and find a solution before things get much worse.
How's that? Look, new area. Item. Now I can equip the new ones, the spin ribs. That I'll keep the old ones on for a little bit longer. I think I should check out his strategy. Good. Right. Yep. Ooh, it pops us in the middle. And more. Hello.
Are you nuts? This area is full of PKers.
Perhaps there's a connection between them and the Ida signals. We'd better be careful.
That's a big old giant over there. So should I try to go after what?
You're open!
Why not?
As expected.
Maybe switch to a different one. Let's see, 'cause that's no bonus. That should be fun.
You're mine!
Just want to see if I can help them survive a little bit longer. No, it doesn't seem like it helps much.
Of course we won.
I might as well switch back, because these at least look super cool. Oh wait, I forgot. New ones. I'll try out the new ones.
You're open!
Oh, look at him. Very edgy.
No doubt about it.
But I like the other ones. I don't know if I should be killing the PKers, but I am Terror of Death. It comes with the brand.
You're not getting away!
Try strike! No doubt about it. You're mine. Here it comes.
Ready? Let's go!
Let's get to it.
I think he's dead. Yeah, just be safe. Just be sure. Just to be positive. Just to be completely certain.
I didn't even break a sweat.
You're mine.
Monkey.
Counter! I didn't even break a sweat.
I like this area. I like the bottomless chasms and the giants in the background. From the war, perhaps?
I'll crush you. This is a piece of cake.
Only PKers, huh? Not even any enemies.
I'll crush you.
Oh, you know, PC like monsters. That's a good word for it.
No doubt about it.
I got spun all kinds of around.
I'll crush you. Electro bullet. I didn't even break a sweat.
Nope, I see an Ida.
You're mine! Sword dance! Thunder spark! Gale blade!
As expected.
See what I mean though about getting those Rengekis? It's very difficult if you like are too high level. I haven't tried it with, I mean, I'm sure if I got like the level 1 sword, I should go see if I can buy one just to do for Rengeki grinding.
Haseo, let's take it out.
I got it. All right. Come on. Come on.
Ooh, we're starting out early with the
Right
one of
here.
these. No, I remember how to do this. Ooh. Oh. Yeah. Got too greedy with the shots. They might have told me about this in a tutorial way back when. But in the Raven at home, you can redo Ada fights and you get background art for doing it, which I think was added for the pre-coded version. Because they are like high quality pieces of art. That's the one I had. Oh, did you see? I don't know if you saw actually. You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! I didn't get it. I was too far away. Too busy distracting. Too distracted being talking. Yeah, I know how words work. Don't worry. Yeah, you don't get to see the pretty art I got, which I don't think I actually got from the Ada fights or these Avatar fights. I think I got it from something else. It's very pretty. Oh. So I got me a little bit of practicing, and it paid off. Data seed D. Oh shit, are we getting data seeds? Is it, what were they called? Virus cores. Is it a virus
Good.
core?
That takes care of the IDA signals in this area.
A short mail. It's Nala from Moontree.
Hello, Nala from Moontree. I have heard that you are investigating this area as well. I'm sorry for the trouble, but please come to the Beast Temple. Can do. They must have discovered something right away. Might as well go and see them. I'll need the symbol fragment if I'm going to the Beast Temple. I wonder how that works, like, in-game. Like, if everyone needs their own Beast Temple, like every party. Or, just do that.
Here it comes.
Ready? Let's
Because clearly they're already in. And you think that, you know, once someone has the Beast Temple, or the Judgment Key, I think it's called, Judgment Symbol, it would be done, over and done with.
I didn't even break a sweat.
We came from there. Nothing else here. Nope. I'm curious if these enemies will count as enemies in the area results. If I get area results. Dang. See? No ring gates. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. I will try to do better about grinding those. I also have an item for it. Not Rengekis, but
You're not getting away.
weapon upgrades. Which I will use eventually.
This is a piece of cake.
I want to wait until I need to, just to maximize use with it, because if I give it to someone who I can make use it on me, I can get the trade in and get the points. And Adley, Adley's been in my mind who's going to get it, but
Here goes.
oh no, the last second. You didn't let me surprise attack you, so you have to die.
I didn't even break a sweat.
Oh. Where else? Oh, I was saying there's 2 teleport spots. That's where we came from. Right. Have I kicked this tree?
You're not getting away.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense with that in my mind with Adley, because A, affection was a little low. And also she might have less, I mean, somehow she still managed to grind while being incapacitated, because she was level 50 when we, when we started this game. But her, oh, he's outside. Weapon affinity, weapon level, whatever it's called. Probably. Unless it's ground up too. Probably not as high as it could be. And I do have ones that will help with upping the stuffing.
Ah, yes, what perfect timing.
For the whole team.
What's this about?
I'm afraid I have no idea. I just arrived here myself, but you can hear voices coming from inside.
I think we should go find out who's inside the temple.
I can hear voices anytime, man. That's not special. But I do want the item. Hey! How did you get in here? The door was shut. It does bring back up the question.
Why would Kestrel's guildmaster be...
Ovan!
Oh, it's you!
Gabby!
Ovan, why are you here?
I wonder.
I didn't ask you.
Don't be mean to Gabi, he's my favorite.
I suppose
Potentially
you could say
she.
I was just
They
talking
are my
with an
favorite
old
there.
friend.
Ovan and I once pledged eternal brotherhood to each other.
Like I care. Answer me, Ovan. What are you doing here?
The same thing you are.
What?
I'm searching for a way to escape from the IDA server. After all, I don't plan on being here forever.
Look at his
Is that
wrist.
not your ultimate objective?
Look at his
as
hand.
well?
Look at his hand
As
doing that
members
little
of
sassy
GU.
hip fold. It's like wrist at
But how?
90 degrees.
I want to know how you know about GU. Who told you? What is it that you want?
Please, calm down, Master Haseo. I assure you that our objective, and his, is to investigate the IDA server and to use that information to escape. In other words, we are all comrades in arms, and there's no reason for us to fight amongst ourselves.
Investigator? Honestly, Yada's just wasting our time.
What do you mean?
He already knows the means by which we could escape.
What are you saying?
Am I wrong, Pi?
I feel like he's being pretty straightforward. He's got to have that mysterious lilt in his voice.
If this
just
server
to...
was based off of an original CC Corp server, there should be an operation folder somewhere.
I think again the details is important too, but
Operation folder?
A file that unifies and manages the entire system that makes up the world. If one could control it, one could then make it possible to send character data to a regular server.
would you be able to do it
Yada is the longtime leader of Project G.
while trapped in
Naturally,
the server though?
He would know everything about the world. There is no way that he would not be aware of the operation folder.
I mean, be like, kind of like
Hi!
being stuck in an emulator, right? Like, yeah, you know about the folder,
Did
but if
Yada
you're
really
stuck
know
in the
about all
emulator,
this?
can you access the folder outside the emulator?
Tell us the truth, Pi. Did that
Wednesday,
ass
what do
really
you
know
think?
about the existence of the operation folder and not tell us?
She's asleep.
We didn't have any proof. That's why Master Yada...
Proof? Can we afford to take time to look for something like that?
But we don't know the dangers.
Is there any place in this entire world without danger? Now, why would Yada not tell you about the folder? Perhaps it's because he never had any desire at all to escape.
Such a
Everything
smug.
felt by the players trapped in this game.
I didn't know if I could make
sorrow,
such a smug
anger,
face.
Confusion. This server is filled with such intense feelings. Now, what better place could there be to observe Ida's caustic effects on players and their characters? Yes, that's right. This is his ideal laboratory.
So we're all just his guinea pigs?
Alright, let's go kill him.
Neither you nor Yada ever had any intention of saving Adelie, did you?
Haseo, listen.
Shut up! What kind of lie are you gonna tell me now? Using people like they were nothing. Telling them whatever they want to hear. Do you want to know what I think about that?
Haseo!
Don't stop me, Kun!
Stop it! There'll be no hope for Adelie if we fight each other here. Nevertheless, I agree with you, Haseo.
Kun.
Let's go kill him. Let's go
We're going
commit
back to the
virtual
Serpent of Lore to
murder
confirm
in a
this with
video
Yara.
game.
We'll talk after that.
Does that count as a double negative? Saying virtual and in a video game? Does that just
So,
make it real?
You know Yada too.
Yes, he's an old friend.
Give him my best regards.
Gabby!
We will meet
I
again,
hope
Haseo.
Gabby becomes a teammate.
This is ridiculous. Everyone's always hiding something from me.
I mean,
I'll continue with the investigation then.
I say you can't take it personally. They're probably just hiding
Please
it in
do.
general.
All right, let's go.
You gotta be a better friend, Haseo. You gotta earn trust to earn secrets. And some secrets just aren't shared between friends. Yada, what the hell is he up to? I'll go to the Serpent of Lore and ask him myself. Oh, did I get the item? Yeah, almost forgot. A demon garment? Oh my. Also, speaking of, I wanna remove these so I have them later. Critical's pretty good. Kill. Backstab. I'm not entirely sure. I don't have enough home shells. Never enough home shells. Yeah, I don't need. Oh, actually, that's my strong broadsword, so I'll keep that there. Magic. No, it's just magic. Sky, anti-earth. Probably don't need to be doing this, but I mean that. Max SP. Yeah, you're darn tootin'. I'm gonna do that. Wildrobe. I should give it away, but I also just want to keep it. You know. Just because it's a rare item. It's a level 5 rarity. Poison counter. Do you like that poison count? Poison counter's pretty good. Status. Got a ton of these. I think it should be most everything. Yeah. Good. Alright, first thing I'm gonna do is buy some weak ass weapons so I can get more Rengekis and get these points up. Oh, I did miss a surprise attack. But I got a holy garment. Let's see. Yeah. We gotta go here anyway. There's Gaspard still selling stuff. Probably not. There's probably not a good time to be selling things. I don't know if anyone would be buying. Except for me. I'm always buying. Right. Yeah. Nope. And being abroad. Nope. I don't know why I didn't think about this before. Let me just go. I'll store them for now, because I don't need them. Hey, Gaspard, how you doing? Store. I'll keep them. I can probably sell. I do want to store this Wildrobe for now. Oh, I just got that one. I was supposed to say, what? I thought I just got rid of all these. No. Put those so I can pop them into my next broadsword. I got more needles. Hopefully I can get more needles to... Oh, I wouldn't be able to even pop them in there. How dare you? How actually dare you? I can probably go ahead and sell these. Speaking of... Oh, things are getting sold. That one. I'll keep all these for now. Sell that. Just in case, I'll keep that. stuff down. Pretty sure no one wears these except for Adelie and Gaspard.
All right, so let's hear it. The truth. Why didn't you tell us about the operation folder?
I was only keeping quiet until I was able to obtain proof. It would not have been right to confuse you all with a mere unsubstantiated theory.
That's a nice way of putting it.
We will now proceed to infiltrate the operation folder and conduct a forced transfer command.
How?
We will use Tri-Edge's signs. These signs possess traits that allow them to be used as transportation devices. In other words, Chaos Gates that were made by Ida. There are holes in CC Corp's server, and consequently, holes in Ida's server as well.
Master Yada was putting together a transfer program designed to make reverse use of those holes.
No telling how much of that is true.
The only hole we've identified that connects to the operation folder can be found at Delta Hidden Forbidden Bulwark on the Morrigu Barrow Wall.
Funny names.
Haseo, Pai, and Kun, you will infiltrate the operation folder using Tri-Edge's sign to gain access. You will then execute the transfer command from the same folder. I have already given Pai instructions on how to configure and execute the program. Head for Morrigu Barrow Wall and investigate the sign.
Understood.
Fine.
Yeah, them saying sign so much makes me wonder, why was .hex sign called sign? What was the sign in .hex sign? Because there's more sign here than in .hex sign. But there's also more GU, so calling it .hex GU is also acceptable. Alright. Trade. I should have grabbed those weapons for you. I'm sorry. Next time. Actually, I can go ahead.
Come on. Let's head out for Delta Hidden Forbidden Bulwark.
Good. Grab some items. Equipment. I don't. Oh, here we go. Maybe that. Did I not? There it is. It's not as strong as I thought. Maybe there's a stronger weapon. I just kept selling it because I'm a dummy. Eventually, I'll use all these. Eventually. Someday. Oh, yeah. Coupons. I got so many fucking coupons. We got all that. Alright, I pulled it out right. Just gonna go ahead and give that to her so we can be bestest of friendses. Should have saved up more of them. Should have fused them together. Made a super weapon for you. Damn it! She's a level 51. It's pretty nice. Alright. No big deal. NBD. As long as she doesn't disappear post-game this game, I can get her all the way to max. No problem.
We're gonna go hack the sign and infiltrate the operation folder.
Hack the sign, hell yeah. One second. One more second, just. We're gonna.
Target Tri-Edge's sign.
A lot of signs. Okay, knees to break the seal on the signs, carved into different areas by Tri-Edge and warp to other linked areas. However, each has a set number of data seeds. Oh, it is! It's the virus cores are back, baby! Units data taken from in-game manifestations of Ida. They can be acquired by fighting Ida with your avatar and using data drain on them. Hell yeah, data drain. It's back. We're getting it. We're getting all the good bits. All the good bits. It's all coming back. Yes.
We don't have enough data seeds.
Damn it.
Jeez, what good is that gonna do for us?
I've just received information from Master Yada about a new Ida corrupted area.
Okay. According floating
If we can
eradication.
just keep data draining the Ida in this area, we should be able to gather more data seeds.
Neat. Nifty. Absolutely swell. The grind returns. Bookmark. Yep. You know what? Since I'm here, I'm gonna fucking go real ham on getting Zerengekis. Equipment, Riverblade. Yeah. Item. Might as well. I gotta. With how quick I get some of these sometimes. Oh my goodness. All this and no chests.
Your guard's down.
Still kicking their ass though. I don't think that having the weapons helps. I wonder if there's a
You're not getting away.
like a low level weapon like in the IMOQ games that's better for so like that one had a similar problem with getting data drains before killing the enemies. So once there's a weapon like that, or if I'm just kind of SOL for being so overpowered.
Your guard's down.
I can put that on light. Oh my goodness, they explode. Great.
I didn't even break a sweat.
I wonder. Let's try strategy, life for a wee bit. Good. I think I go up first. Gotta go through all the stuff because gotta get those S ranks where I can. So I might get a new word or just just for my own sanity, for my own safety, for my own sake. I'm going to do it. Boy howdy, I wish I could use my bike in dungeons.
Here's our chance.
No, I mean, once I get to a higher level, I'm sure it'll be
This
easier.
is a piece of cake.
Once I get them to once we get to a higher level of enemy, it'll be easier. But for now, it's kind of difficult. I mean, I guess there is like a level. I think there is actually like a level 1 twin blade. Which I don't know if it'd help much because level 4 versus level 1 is not doing a whole lot for me. You gotta say though, it's a good thing I haven't used those books. If I was a higher level, I might just die. I would do the opposite, die. I would live very easily and make it very difficult for me to get those Rengekis. I'm fucking texting while playing. True gamer moment. Alright. Got that handled.
You're open! This is a piece of cake.
I guess they're gonna keep fighting even in life mode, then might as well switch them back to free will. It's free will, they help with my dwindling HP. Go down first.
You're open! Gale Blade! Justice prevails!
Dang it. Dang you. Trolley cart. Enemies. Chim-chims, not enemies. Chim-chims are friends that I kick around. I remember.
I'll crush you! No doubt about it!
Stop dying on me so easily, dang it.
You're open!
I think these are kind of weak enemies anyways. If a crab shows up or something more hardy, maybe they'll give me a chance to Rengeki some. I think in the arena, if I get some... Oh, there'll probably be higher level enemies in the arena, so I could probably grind that. If I really need to, if I'm really feeling the lack of Rengeki.
No doubt about it!
No! Right. Well, no! Dang it.
You're mine!
It's not gonna get any. I'm not gonna get any chims. I've only gotten the one chim. I think it was 5 spears with the chim. I should
This is a piece
get back
of
a little bit of chim. A wee bit of chim. Perfect. More? A little more? Just a wee bit more? There we go. That should be good for now. You gotta go downstairs anyway, so yeah. Oh, there's... Or maybe not. There's the Ida. Do I gotta surprise attack the Ida?
confirmed. Be careful, Haseo.
Oh, just straight in, okay. Ow, ow. Don't do that. The fact that its name is Anna. I have to assume there's gonna be more different types of Ida that come around, right? And I wonder, what is the significance of the name? Maybe it's already told me, and I just forgot. Silly me, always forgetting things. Swell. Data
Haseo,
seed B.
don't let your guard down. There's still other Ida signals.
Okay. Oh, there's more. Good. One more. Just one more for. There we go. What if Mecha Grunty's gonna show back up? The scientist dude that tasked us with helping Mecha Grunty said he'd return. What if Mecha Grunty comes out bigger and better than ever and he becomes like the super boss of the final game? That'd be pretty neat. I'd enjoy that. Use my fairy orb. Oh, it teleports. 2 teleports. Interesting. Immediately teleports. Oh,
You're
go boobin.
not getting away.
Oh, go over here. Still too strong for you though. What if just using the arts increases it a bit slowly? Because I might just start using the arts as an opener. I'm not getting much use in it otherwise. Let's just.
Here's our chance.
Of course we won.
Good job, team.
You're mine! Sword dance! Justice prevails!
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's one of those one. Yes, it's right. I remember these. It's a one-way warp. I thought the gray ones you activated turn them green, but right, they're always green on the map. That is gray on the field. Should be enough spheres. I'm also do more, and obviously to get back up to 999. But it's good not to have to worry about. All right.
your guards down.
Let's just get one of these is going.
Here it comes.
Demon.
This is a piece of cake.
Oh no. Out of health drinks. Thank you. Would you like some health drinks? Let's do 10, 11 for you. And for you. Do you have anything? Have you gotten? Ooh, Tiger Fist. Nope. So let's gift. Where'd they go? Up here. Nope. Not healing potion. No bricks. Oh no, look yellow! Sad. You heard my cry. I appreciate you, little one.
You're open! Gale Blade!
Of course he won. That was
Dang it.
careless.
Yeah. My bad.
Gale Blade! Electro Bullet! Gale Blade! No doubt about it.
More item. Let's go.
Ida confirmed.
Congrats. Really? I thought that was a point blank hit. Silly me. Skipping it.
Good. We've got enough data seeds. Let's go back.
But there's still more level to explore. I'm sorry, but we have a dungeon to finish up. I know, like, the safety of all the people inside this mirror server is important, but, you know, treasure. What? Past platforms. I don't remember counting that before. Is that a sleep law? It's not one of the things. Hmm. B and E were sucked into the sign.
So, this is the operation folder?
Not yet. We're still in the connecting hall.
So what should we do?
We'll have to get into the system's upper layer.
Wait, something's coming!
Looks like one of Ida's guards to me.
There! Perfect. I'll tear it to pieces. All right. Come on. Come on. I'm right here! Skate!
Ooh, Gatekeeper. It's got a little fancy. Ow. You distracted me with your cool new. There. Just got a little greedy at the time. No excuses. Ah. Oh, come on. Oh, you have 3 lasers now too. Ah. I got aided. Sad day. Tasty. Yay! H and Ida 012. 012. Duodecim.
What is this?
Oh, really? I got O Von 01.
O Von 01. Ovan?
There may be other gatekeepers showing up soon. Hurry!
Hey, you can fight too, right? Or gonna fight the Pokeball. Oh, it's one of these rooms. It's one of those like Mind Palace rooms.
So this is the operation folder.
So it would seem.
If you say so. Does look like one of those blank rooms with all the psychedelic imagery from IMOQ. Or a coin lock.
Please enter your certification ID. Identification confirmed. Access granted. Please enter your command.
Display the current server status.
Acknowledged.
Execute a program using all of the above parameters.
Confirmed. Please load the program now. Loading. Executing transfer command. Commencing countdown. 50. 49. 48. 47.
Cut processes
46,
239 to 361.
45,
Hurry up and execute.
44. 43. 42. Acknowledged. Processing. Executing transfer command.
What the? Look, it's spreading!
What is that?
Hey!
What's going to happen?
Magic circle!
Hey, what's going on?
Is it the end of the world?
We killed them. We killed them all. What evil plan have we caused? Have we started? Oh, goodness. The end of the world?
What is this place? Ida! Damn, of all the times. Ugh. Damn, I can't move. Because of these. Damn it!
I thought it would have been a lot longer before we got to see one of them again. Oh, it's right. Azure Sky and the Azure Sea, right? So from above and so below. Makes sense. Still not super thrilled that Black Rose isn't part of it. She could have been part of the, like, I don't know, Azure Plains, Azure Mountains. I mean, she's even called Black Rose. Azure Garden. Something.
They took out Ida?
Earth. Classical elements. And all that.
What in the world are they? There's still something inside. What is that?
That kite.
It's a coffin.
Is Kite dead? Did we? Oh no, it's fake Kite. Yeah, Azure.
Dry edge.
Azure Flame. God.
I know we've returned to the real world, but everything that happened on the Ida server somehow took place in only a few minutes of real time.
Ooh, time
The one who appeared
dilations.
inside the operation folder was Tri-Edge.
2 hours of time
There were
dilation.
two
Nice.
others besides Tri-Edge there, I'd like to know who on earth they were. They were attacking Ida. Does that mean that Tri-Edge isn't Ida? And also, Adelie.
Pretty sure Adelie is an Ida. But it's good to check. Good to confirm, I suppose. Yeah, that's the art. That's the art right there. Important art message. There's an important Crimson Versus section of community forum. Crimson Versus is here! Oh, I can't wait to suck at this card game. Let's got new background music and there's a new tab featuring switching between volumes. Ooh. Look, we got all these. I'm glad there's a volume tab for just slightly easier sorting. I think that one. Animals. Mega Sticks Flight. Oh, there's more. Alright. I'll stick with that one. It's funny. Movies I probably can't access. Let's see how many movies I got that I won't be able to access. Wait, volume 2, yeah. Oh, they're called none because I haven't accessed them yet. Yes, that makes sense. Oh, some Japanese extras though. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Mail. All previous mail messages have been archived. To view the archive, press triangle to read the mail section. Alright. Campaign ends. Thank you for your regular pages of the world. This is informing that the following campaigns have now ended. Stray Mecha Grunty, Chim's Kicker, Lucky Data Collection, Bickman's Model, Chase the Bounty. Did all those. Thank you for playing the world. Upgrades. Thank you for your regular pages of the world. And our latest upgrade. The following changes have been made to the game. Battle. Dual sword actions. The following changes have been made to dual swords. Combo motion. The number of combo hits has been raised from 4 to 7. However, the number of button presses required to use them has not been changed. Okay. Charge attack. You must now attack enemies at least once before using a charge attack. Ah. Yes. Firing for broadsword has been changed. You can now move around freely if you hold down X after filling up the charge. Okay. Weird. The charge attack gauge has now been expanded from to 3 levels. Okay. Charge shockwave. By filling the charge attack gauge past a certain point, you will be able to use a follow-up attack in the form of a shockwave. You can use up to 3 shockwaves being on the level. Okay. New stats effects. Paralysis. Seal and slow. Isn't paralysis the same as sleep? I think that was true in previous games anyway. That includes changes. Crimson Versus is now open. Thank you for your regular patronage to the world. After a brief down period to upgrade the service, we are pleased to inform you that Crimson Versus is once again available for all to enjoy. You may now use the Crimson Versus icon on the desktop to access the Crimson Versus service. Collect lots of cards, create your own powerful deck, and enjoy the white-hot card battles that Crimson Versus has to offer. Uchiyamada. Conversion bonuses. Thank you for converting your save data. Yep. We're pleased to present you with all the stuff. Bonus movies. Doppelganger's weapon. If you defeated a doppelganger in a rebirth, you got a key item, Own King. You can receive the doppelganger only weapon. Hyeon's invasion by defeating the doppelganger in this game. So, I got to fight the doppelganger again. Adelie. I'm very relieved to have made it back to the real world. Sakaki and Zelkova made it back safe as well. That was truly an unbelievable experience, wasn't it? I still can't quite believe that our minds were trapped inside of the game. So, about my symptoms. I can talk in real life now, but I can't feel anything in the tip of my hand. Ooh. It's in the exact same spot where my character was cracked. I'm a little scared. When I went to the hospital, the doctor told me that my symptoms resembled those of Doll syndrome, but he couldn't tell me what could have caused them. I thought I would be fine once I got back to the real world. What should I do, Haseo? Do you have a little time to talk? If you do, please meet me in front of the fountain at the Alchemy District.
Her hand is paralyzed, so the real Atterley is... There's no way a doctor can help her. The problem's got to be Ida.
It's all Ida. We gotta go kill Ida. Alright, got challenges. And what's your hobby? Oh, just gonna hoard these greeting cards a little bit. Just hoard them for a bit. News. You gotta get into the news. New. Online Jack. Is that the only one I can get to? Seems like. I should have read the text, but hell, I'm chill. We'll figure it out. Hell yeah.
Hey folks, thanks for
Donkey guide his ass up and down the place.
The program that researches the hottest breakthrough topics and tells you everything you need to know about it. That's Online
Have and will,
Jack.
actually. Ida's been
Our team,
getting their butt
along
kicked
with teacher
all
Michiru
over.
Tajima, has begun the search for missing child Osamu Kawaguchi after an odd incident while investigating Doll syndrome, the mysterious disease that has been spreading among elementary school students. We began by visiting the home of Associate Professor Taichiro Sugai. All right, this is Professor Sugai's private apartment. Man, can you believe it? His private life for all to see. Still, you know...
Be quiet!
Sir, we're so sorry.
Yes, please.
Was he just hiding in the shadows for that moment?
Mr. Jima's recommendation, I would have never let you get past the door.
Professor, I only wish to find out the truth.
Professor. Skaith, Innis, Magus, do you have any idea what the blood-written words in Osamu's ward meant?
Are you aware of the epitaph of Twilight?
The what?
Yes, I've heard of it. It was the novel that served as the basis for the settings of the world.
It's a poem. And within it is contained the names of the 8 ominous waves.
So you mean there really is a connection between this incident and the world?
Whoever left the bloody words evidently had extremely strong feelings regarding the world.
So, it's possible that Osamu may not have been the one who wrote them, right?
The word or anagram Ida, which appeared in your show while you were taping at Osamu's, is unknown. However,
Sakaki.
Can you tell me about Sakaki?
There were 6 boys who were all part of the same guild in the online game, The World.
This is Moon Trees.
The boys were also members of a guild called Moon Tree.
So all those children were part of an online game group too?
It's the 7 Council.
That's right. The PC name for one of the members of the 7 Council, a Moon Tree admin group, is...
Sakaki.
My pupil?
These were taken before his disappearance.
Oh my, that's Osamu.
There were many unresolved rumors about the world circulating 7 years ago.
When a bunch of players fell into comas.
What?
Yes. I've come to believe that the world has some sort of effect on people's brains for some unknown reason. That's the hypothesis I based my investigation on.
So everything is connected to the events of 7 years ago?
Toru.
Toru's so smug.
Strange incidences such as irregularities in electrical equipment occurred in the hospital as well.
wonder who sent me this email.
Sheesh, Michiru, don't scare me like that.
Hmm? What? We have to stop it.
Who's taking that angle? Who's recording? Like, that angle makes sense, but who recorded the other angle?
Tajima has just suddenly run out of Professor Sugai's apartment. What was the message on her cell phone that made her run? Hey, Michiru, wait up!
Our online Jack investigators have discovered a mysterious message in the hospital room of the missing Osamu Kawaguchi. We now head to the home of the Associate Professor Sugai to decipher its cryptic message. Okay, everyone, let's call our Salvador Ihara. Yeah, he pointed the camera at her like that. And it does make sense. Nothing makes sense in this world. 0 out of 10, not enough sense making. Oh my god, there's so much news! Alright, doll syndrome spreads. Today, a 5th grade student from an elementary school in Arita, Wakayama, was diagnosed with doll syndrome. This is the 72nd domestic case to date. According to the Prefecture Health and Welfare Office, as well as the local hospital, the boy complained of convulsions in his limbs and was soon diagnosed with mild doll syndrome based on other clinical symptoms. The boy remains conscious and reportedly describes the details of his symptom himself. The boy belongs to both his high school soccer and computer clubs. He was practicing with his teammates to compete in the prefecture-wide tournament the very day he came down with doll syndrome. The boy's doctor told the press that there are many cases of doll syndrome appearing in even people who rarely touch computers or go online. This boy only used the internet no more than 1 hour a day himself, in an effort to avoid reports that the computers were responsible for the boy's condition. Progress remains slow on domestic doll syndrome research, and there are no specialized institutions to deal with the disease. Yuichi Sawaguchi, the representative for Doll Defense, a group comprised of fathers and brothers of children who have the disease. Only fathers and brothers, huh? Had this to say: "We want Japan to establish a special research group for this disease. This is a problem that affects the future of our entire country." Daily Hochi. Movie.
A mysterious illness known as doll syndrome has shown signs of spreading among elementary school students throughout the region. It is a complex illness characterized by a number of symptoms, which include emotional disorders and physical impairments. Despite concerted research on this disease, a cure has yet to be found.
Alright. Oh my god, so much news! Mass hallucinations in the world. It was a day that will live in infamy for Cyber Connect Japan, hereafter referred to as CC Corp. Tens of thousands of complaints were registered from players of CC Corp's popular MMORPG The World, claiming that they had been trapped inside the game. CC Corp's customer support was completely swarmed under the pressure, and their company website went down for an unspecified length of time. Each of the claims said that the players were trapped inside of The World and were unable to log out. In response, CC Corp announced that the phenomenon was actually a type of cyber terrorism, in which program containing subliminal effects was somehow launched inside The World. CC Corp said they would be filing a report with the NAB to have the incident investigated. Assistant Professor of Psychology at Musashino University, Takashi Nishikawa, had this to say: "While it is true that subliminal effects exist, these subjects have always had to focus intently on the media that contains them for them to work. It is hard enough to eliminate the background noise and other distractions in a laboratory, let alone everyday life. To achieve this kind of effect being talked about here, wrong intonation, my bad. Furthermore, it has been proven repeatedly that subliminal effects do not have anywhere near the necessary power to physically affect human behavior. As an example, imagine that there was a food commercial that contained a subliminal message urging the viewer to buy its product. In this case, it is possible that someone who watched this commercial with an intense focus would think that they enjoyed the commercial, or that this product looked delicious. But this does not lead directly to actually buying the product, which means that the effects mentioned by CC Corp would be practically impossible. Well then, what caused the trouble? While it is not unthinkable that a number of players could be making all of this up, there are no facts to back up this theory. For that matter, there is no apparent reason why nearly all the players logged in at the same time would do so, because the records show no more than a few minutes of network trouble in CC Corp servers, and with the rest of the day having run smoothly as usual, it seems likely that this incident will remain a mystery. CC Corp announced that they will release the results of their investigation soon, and request that players wait patiently until they do. Daily Satellite.
After the alleged mass hallucination
So much
that
news.
occurred in the online game The World, the game's proprietor, CC Corporation, has launched an investigation to see if this was part of a cyber-terrorist attack against the company's operations.
You'd think if they really suspected some cyber terrorist attack, they would shut down the game for a little bit to not risk being cyber terrorist attacked. First, crew members head for the Village. The first round of crew members bound for the International Space Station Village had left Earth on the space shuttle Galleon. Contains 32 engineers and operators from all over the world. Upon their arrival, they will begin preparations for the arrival of the second unit of crew members in 2 months. Village's main purpose... Villages... Villages... Is that how you... Okay. Village's main purpose will be to cultivate outer space, the construction of a moon base, a manned exploration of Mars, the search for unknown life forms, the formation of solar power generation facility, space generator, and other projects are all part of the future plans for the station. In related news, Chris Endeavor, what a name, the representative for the International Space Association, proudly announced that Village would also have its first civilian visitor soon, making a bold new step in mankind's expansion into space. By Daily Hoochie.
The International Space Station Project Village has officially begun operations. Researchers from around the world are scheduled to visit the station to perform a variety of missions during the next 6 months.
Alright. New BCI makes thoughts real. Oh, gotta read that. A research team at Godu University announced that they had succeeded in developing a new kind of BCI. BCI stands for Brain-Computer Interface. It's the next generation interface that can read the brainwaves that humans produce when they think or act, and then use them to move computer cursors, appliances, switches, and more. Many of the BCIs that have been announced up until now have needed to implant their brainwave reading devices inside a human head in order to preserve accurate readings. But the BCI that the Gudo team has developed only needs to have a few patches placed on your head for the same or better results. Not only that, they've managed to reduce the size of the unit by about 1/30th, roughly the same as a box of matches. This paves the way for an interface that was previously only used in medical treatment to be used in a wide variety of appliances for households. It has been confirmed that the device can already control air conditioners, lighting, microwaves, and cell phones, but this new version can also control word processing and spreadsheet software, simple games like chess and Othello, and even complex games like The World and Ring of Master with precision. CyberConnect Corporation has already announced the computers and game software that incorporates the devices to be available in 2 years, and other companies are reportedly eager to begin developing new products with technology. The research team that invented it has gone on record to say that they next plan to research technology that can convey a person's words and thoughts directly into another person, just like telepathy. We can hardly wait. See today! Whew. Oh shit, Doll syndrome synopsism in Germany. A synopsism on Doll syndrome was recently held in Germany. Doll syndrome is the mysterious illness affecting young children all over the world. Currently, no cure or prevention method exists. The medical practitioners, from many countries are unsure of how to proceed. Symptoms include paralysis, convulsions of the limbs, unresponsiveness, and lethargy. To date, the cause is still unknown. The World Medicinal Organization has announced close to 2,000 patients of the disease around the world. Most of them are children in their lower teens, with occasional cases of children 5 to 6 or adults over 20. The majority of cases also occur in developed countries, with developing countries having almost no reports of disease at all. Reports from the synopsism provided many examples of patients that exhibited identical brainwave patterns. This discovery should help aid doctors in discovering diseases more quickly. Talks were held during the panel discussion about why the disease primarily affects children in technologically advanced countries, as well as possible causes and treatments. However, these have yet to produce any concrete results. A solution is expected soon as Doll syndrome is becoming a worldwide epidemic. OM times.
A medical symposium on Doll syndrome was held this week in Hamburg, Germany. Doctors and governments from around the globe are unsure of how to handle the mysterious illness targeting children.
Oh god, so much more news. Hey, Crimson versus servers. At long last, Crimson Versus, which had been taken offline to finish work on new revisions, has back online. For its parent company, CyberConnect Japan, hereafter CC Corp, which had suffered numerous trials and tribulations in this year alone, the return of this popular game loved by children, young and old alike couldn't have come at a better time. In this new version, the rules and interface have been heavily reworked. Because this is a new release, the number of cards available is still rather low, but thanks to reports of new booster packs being released soon, fans should have nothing to worry about. Fans of the previous version may be put off at the fact that they can no longer use their old cards, but as the game is now easier to play than ever, we would encourage you to try it for yourself. Oh shit, I'm a card. The real-life version of Crimson Versus, which preceded its online counterpart, is also selling out everywhere. Wait. I could have sworn. I thought in previous that there was no physical version, but there was rumors of a physical version? Oh, there's a physical version now. To commemorate the success of its the real-world version and the return of the online counterpart, CC Corp is currently holding an online and offline connection campaign. This campaign allows participants to send their barcodes received from real-world starter packs and booster packs to CC Corp in exchange for special cards for the online version. The campaign only lasts a month, so we recommend not waiting around. Hey! Is Crimson, there is an actual card game for the Dot Hack series. I think it's called Enemy. I wonder if this is it. They just renamed it. Crimson Versus looks to maintain both its on and offline popularity. We hope that diehard fans and beginners alike will try this brand new world for themselves. Impulse.
At long last, the return of the popular card game. New friends and foes, new powers and new dangers. Who will control their own destiny to win it all? It's Crimson vs. Red Rebellion, on sale now. Also look for the new Crimson vs. Real Generation coming soon.
I wonder if that's the actual card game. Alright. Cutting through the news. Alright. A system known as guilds exists in many online games. Guilds often have their own local rules that differ from guild to guild and have nothing to do with how the game is played, which exist to strengthen bonds among guild members and to help provide quick support for those who need it. These rules, despite the formal name, are usually nothing more than polite common sense. Things like be sure to greet everyone you meet. If someone helps you, you should then help someone else. And be sure to listen to what other people have to say. However, it seems that even these local rules are troublesome for our children. Now look at these youths being delinquents and such. This is because those are exactly the kind of things they are right in the middle of learning. And because they are still learning them, they often make mistakes or don't even realize that they've done something wrong. In regular society, adults will usually accept and forgive most of these mistakes, but that is not the case for online. It makes no difference if the player is an adult or a child. The same level of courtesy and responsibility is expected from everyone. This becomes a large source of strain and stress for children who play these games. Some claim that these stress is what causes Doll syndrome, but science has yet to verify these claims. However, there are some who say that making these mistakes is actually a good thing. In our current society, there is practically no way whatsoever for children to gain real-world experience, especially now that they don't even get scolded for stealing the next-door neighbor's tomatoes, nor forced to be the dispensable minion when pretending to be superior. What? What sad straight? What? Not getting scolded for stealing tomatoes, sure, but not forced to be the dispensable minion when pretending to be superheroes? What a sad situation. Okay. But with online games, especially in guilds, children are able to practice real life in adult society without the pitfall of reality. Things like listening to other people, showing respect, helping those in need, and self-control, all simple things, but also ones difficult to experience as of late. The online world may be harsh for still developing children, but it may also be the necessary evil for them, now that they no longer experience such harshness in their real lives. Koji, Netwatcher. Salvador Wild at Kyoshigaya Prevere. Today, Salvador Wild. Is his name Wild or here? Okay. Today, a popular talent, Salvador Ayara, attended a press conference for the premiere of his first movie, Koshigaya Story. Koshigaya Story stars the Brazilian-born Saitama-raised Salvador Ayara in a movie based partly on his own life. Ayara shaved his trademark beard and lost over 20 pounds in order to play the part. In the film, he displays his fluency in Portuguese and shows his love for his family when he cries on cue by remembering how I missed my mother in Brazil when I was younger. When Yui Akiyama was asked whether her co-star hit on her at all during production, she finally replied, "He confessed his love every time he saw me." Ayara responded by saying, "Yui is an ideal woman. She exemplifies both the beauty and kindness that Japanese women are known for." However, this only resulted in spontaneous laughter from the press as they started snickering at Ayara's illness. That Ayara's illness had started up again. One thing is certain, though. Ayara's charisma, which can even turn scandals into laughs, shows no sign of stopping. It is oh my goodness! Ayara might be, kun. Alright. CG chores suck, new type of fraud. Online robbery and internet fraud are going high-tech with high-quality CG and evil usage of ubiquitous networks becoming increasingly common. Now, an investigation of scam group that was recently arrested has revealed some unbelievable methods. A 4-month trip around the world on the Queen Elano. One day, John Doe came across this article on the internet. It said that a giant cruise ship used as an athlete's village for the Olympics 3 years ago had been bought by Company S, who had then proceeded to convert it into a gorgeous luxury cruise ship and was inviting 300 passengers for its maiden voyage. The tickets were a bargain at $50,000 per person for our private cabin. Maybe I just don't know money, but that does not seem like a bargain. With his marriage coming up in 3 months, John decided to sign up for the tour as a present for his wife-to-be. He entered his citizen number and other personal information into their website and wired company $100,000 from his bank. But when he and his wife arrived at the harbor on the day of the departure, they were only greeted with the unbelieving stares of other baggage-laden passengers. Oh, who's that? Can zoom in, enhance. There was no sign of the ship nor any Company S employees. Calls were quickly made, but the number had been disconnected. Attempts to view the company's website soon found that their domain had vanished. So, why didn't John and the other victims ever think that this tour was a scam? The key was in Company S's website. The website was home to a movie that claimed to be a clip of the travel information show that had been seen on TV. Pictures that showed off the beautiful interior in great detail, pictures and comments of the ship's crew, and all sorts of other content that one would expect to find on any travel agency. But the truth was that every single bit of the content was nothing but computer graphics. The arrested scam group used this and other methods to gain people's personal information and put it to evil use, including forcing their way into people's homes and selling their private info. Selling private info, that's pretty common, but forcing their way into people's homes, jeez. I mean, selling private info isn't great, but in this day and age, it seems like people give up private info without even thinking about it sometimes. Worrisome. Thanks to these and other showy crimes, the authorities initially declared that it was only a matter of time before the culprits were caught, but the actual arrest proved more difficult than anyone thought. Towards the end, the investigation was being toyed with completely by the scammers. The break came in when a high-ranking woman from the group came and turned herself in. She informed the authorities of the next house the group was planning to steal and set the stage for their arrest. Thanks to this, everyone in the group except for the leader was successfully captured. When asked why she turned herself in, the woman replied, "I thought it was time for me to grow up." The man thought to be the group's leader is still at large. Authorities plan to continue their pursuit and to continue press charges against the other members' numerous crimes. Impulse. Hello, Jonah. You're just in time for news. And by that, I mean I've been doing news for about half an hour. And there's still so much more to go. And congrats on being first. Regenerated organ transplant succeeds. A medical team at Takayama University has succeeded at transplanting nerve tissue created from mesenchymal stem cells, MSCs. The team used a sample of the patient's osteoblast cells, MSCs, that have been converted to bone cells to create transplantable nerve tissue. It is expected that the next stage for this success will lead to the treatment of previously unmanageable diseases and reduce the need for outside donors. MSCs are also known as the second all-purpose cells and have been confirmed to be in bone, cartilage, fat, muscle, ligament, heart, liver, and other cells. And unlike ESCs, *1, they are taken from the patient's own bone marrow or wisdom teeth, which eliminates any moral concerns. They can be preserved indefinitely if frozen at -180 degrees Celsius with liquid nitrogen and then thawed with nearly 100% chance of collecting the original cells. The Takayama University team plans to continue research on MSCs to try and find methods of regenerating previously impossible to regenerate organs. However, as these advances also increase the possibility of creating a perfect human clone, the Ministry of Education and Science has decided to create a panel of experts to determine what changes should be made to cloning laws. SAB. Footnotes. Asterisk 1. Embryonic stem cells. These are cells that exist in nearly all organs and can be specialized for almost all the different types of tissue. They have been called the all-purpose cells for their ability to propagate, the ease of application, and they were once celebrated as the second coming of in medical technology. However, in 2015, the fact that they were being taken from unused fertilized human eggs became a point of moral conflict, and their use in organ and tissue regeneration purposes was prohibited worldwide. Oh, there's still more news. Oh, but meanwhile, you're going to be Picrossing. I like Picross if that's what I'm thinking of. I have an app I play Picross on when I'm have a moment between like commutes and just like at work when things are slow. Also, look, you know Salvador Ahira, right? So news about him: he's half Brazilian. Has a fluency in Portuguese, you know. So Jonah. And also, see, it says here, however, there's also tainted laughter from the press as they snickered at Ihara's illness had started up again, which is in reference to him confessing his love for his co-star on the movie he's making. And because it's referred to as an illness, I'm kind of wondering if this guy is Kun, because Gaspard and Syllabus call his constant flirting an illness, or if that's just a common colloquialism in Japanese to refer to it as an illness. The truth behind ULCs. Companies known as ULCs are unsustainable liability companies have been increasing all over the world. Although this phrase may sound like it refers to a criminal front or scams, in truth it refers to a number of legitimate, well-known companies, including many which show commercials on primetime TV. However, what these companies do lack is substance, where things like office buildings simply don't exist. Oh, so it's all on virtual. Okay. Their employees do not come to work. Instead, they telecommute from home to begin their work day. They simply press a button on the company-only website. Okay, yeah. Documents and data necessary for their work are all handled on the server. Communication between employees are held with email and chat software, with important meetings held with Communications between employees are held with email and chat software, with important meetings held with webcam. Is that like a weird sentence that might be broken, or is my brain broken? Even break time and retirements are handled with a single button. A casual observer would be right to wonder how the work gets done. Wouldn't that be being held? Being held, yes, I think you are right. I think that is what it was, a typo, or potentially an autocorrect issue. Truly, it is the future. Casual observer will be right to wonder how the work gets done. We spoke to the president of one of these ULCs, Isayo Inomata of Absolus Inc. Absolus is a software development company that employs 200 employees. Their motto is fun, useful things at lower prices, and they have created a number of popular products such as electronic autograph books for children and dialect translation software. To be honest, getting things started was quite difficult. Our employees were confused and none of our data was coordinated. Under normal circumstances, we would have called in everyone for disciplinary measures. However, I deliberately chose not to say anything, and instead I somehow matched up all of our mismatched data and uploaded it to our server for all our employees to see. Once our employees began to work together, things really started to take off. Now we're all on the same page, each with overflowing loads of email in the inbox. ULCs continue to increase in number. According to various network providers, approximately 30 new ULCs start up every day. But on the other side, half that many ULCs disappear at the same rate. Inomata finished the interview with the following comments. In the end, companies remain as companies no matter what shape they take, which is exactly why we take our company and our business as seriously as we can. Daily Satellite. Whew. More news! Alright, well, one more news. The desert will save us? A 100 megawatt solar panel power plant has been completed in Mongolia's Gobi Desert with the help of Japanese technology and funding. Solar energy is the ultimate type of clean energy. The amount of solar energy that reaches the Earth is only about 2.2 billionths of the total energy produced by the sun, and yet a mere hour's worth of that energy would be enough to meet the energy needs of every human on Earth for a year. I'm gonna, like, straight out the gate, don't believe that. Don't quite believe that that's enough for all the humans. Maybe like back then when the game came out, it was like a more reasonable, but I feel like now the energy costs have just skyrocketed. But maybe, if it's true, neat. The Gobi Desert receives twice the solar radiation of Tokyo, and its low atmospheric temperature and moderate wind conditions make it well-suited environment for the plant. Currently, the rate of solar power conversion lies at 30%, but plans are in place to improve it, as well as construct an all-new plants. I mean, if you're very close to the sun. No, but it's saying like 2 billionths of the total energy produced by the sun is enough to meet. So 2 billionths of the total energy of the sun collected for 1 hour is enough for a year's worth of power used by the Earth. Total, right? And it seems very far-fetched. It's very powerful. I know the sun is fucking huge and powerful. And, like, big numbers like that are like impossible for me to visualize and understand that if it like makes sense for me. But if a scientist told me that that's true, then wow, amazing. I know the sun is, clean. Like collecting solar energy would be the cleanest, and not disagreeing that it shouldn't happen, but still, it's just, is that true? It would be great if it was. I'm curious. Also, new background. New movies. And finally, now we're done with news. It's time for community forums. So much community. So many words. Oh my god. Okay, so only one new thing here. Yeah. Alright. server trouble victims. Hello all, this is my first time posting in this board. I'm Heel Red, the leader of the medical union. The last round of server troubles was truly amazing. I was inside the game, unable to log out. A true pickle. Currently, we at the medical union are investigating the situation on our own. We would love for any of the other server trouble victims to assist us. As soon as the results of our investigation are complete, we plan to send them to CC Corp and launch a full protest. If you would like to help, please whisper me either Sisaku or Hideo. Thank you. Come on, there's no way anyone could get trapped inside a game. Please stop spreading your lies. What are you going to do if CC Corp ends up shutting down the world? How are you going to take responsibility if that happens? That said, let me now offer my personal opinion. I've always respected the medic union up until now, but I'm extremely disappointed after reading this post. I can't believe your entire guild would be willing to a willing accomplice to what amounts to an act of cyber terrorism. It's still not too late. Please stop this while you can. Heel Red is telling the truth. We really were trapped inside the world. Please believe us. Hey, I know Sagittarius. Let's see. Oh shit, math is happening. Well, apparently if you were at the sun, you could measure 384.6 septillion watts according to the internet. Okay. I got this. This will involve some math. This will involve more math than I think I am able to do. But I'm curious now if I can do this math. Let's see. Oh god, I gotta figure out. Like, this is big. This number is too big for my phone to math. Fuck. Can the internet math? All right. What's 1, 2, comma 0, 2 0 0 0 0 0 0 of, was it 384.6 septillion? All right, would be, what is that number? It has a letter in it. Why does it have a letter? Okay, it'd be quadrillion, 10 to the 17th quadrillion. I got it's like 1.74818818 E plus 17, which I guess is the power, so it just keeps going on. 1.74 quadrillion. Okay. All right, so I'm going, yeah, 1.74, 174 quadrillion. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with your number. Okay, how many watts does, let's see, let's just watch, yeah, basically 10 to the something. Yeah, so I think it's been, I don't, math is so bad for my brain. How many watts does the whole of humanity use in per year? In the Bible is one of the things. Oh god, okay. Copy. Okay, to watt per year. Okay, for tetrawatt an hour to kilowatt an hour. God, like these numbers. How much? I can't. It's tetrawatt. I think so. I think that's a tetrawatt. It's 22,848 capital T watt. It's capital T, capital W, lowercase h, which I think is tetrawatt. Right? So trillion. Okay. So that's what? That'd be 22.8 trillion watts? Which, if so, then yeah, they're right. Egg on my face. I was wrong about the wattage. Do not trust me with your energy consumption statistics. But cool. It's accurate. Accurate to at least 2019, which is when this number was given. But that number was 1.7% up from 2018. Oof. Would be harvesting that energy. Yeah, of course, because that only, even in that article, it said it could only harvest about 30% of the 2 billionth of the energy. So that's a new math problem. What was the number you gave? It was 1.147 quadrillion. So 147 quadrillion. 30%, which would be around. Why does it give me these numbers? It'd be one. Did I type it in wrong? I'm sorry, I'm gonna double check. Nope, not that. 30%. It would be. Oh, what is that word? I think I did this wrong. The negative? Was it negative? No, it's plus. Positive. No. Why did it convert it to negative? Okay, it'd be. God, numbers. It would be 4 trillion. It would be 4 trillion. 30% would be. Or would it be? Oh, I fucked up the numbers. It would be 52 quadrillion? I fucked up these numbers so bad. Anyway, point is, if we could harvest 30%, still enough, I think. Enough of the numbers, enough of the math. No more math, ever. Maybe we got it wrong from the beginning, maybe. But I'm not to be trusted with energy math. Sagittarius, what's up with you? Heel Red is telling the truth. We really were trapped inside the world. Please believe us. When you say trapped, you mean that you just weren't able to log out, right? I personally think you're severely exaggerating. Please stop making this such a big deal. No, I mean that we were inside the world. I distinctly remember trying to move my fingers and having my character move theirs in the same way. There was no mistake. Nah, I'm afraid I still can't believe it. I mean, there's just no way it could happen. Sounds like one of those BCI things. This is my biggest concern too, to be honest. It's really a nuisance how much stir this is causing. Oh yeah, I saw that in the news. It's a new type of interface, right? That's also in the news. News, buddy! Yeah, Judica? News! It's true that these kinds of things would be entirely possible with a BCI system. Maybe CC Corp accidentally overwrote the world program with an experimental one used for a BCI experiment. If you don't mind, I'd be glad to help. I'll whisper you later. Hey, Virgilus, I remember you. You were there. I can't explain this too well, but I can guarantee you it's had nothing to do with the program like that. Gotta write this down. Heel Red, Sagittarius, Zephyr, Virgilus. Would you mind telling me your stories? I'll whisper you in town. We're getting news reports. Oh, those are logged. Oh, I got, when I beat the, I did all the chaotic PKs of this. We got a, people heard. Yeah, Haseo, the PK. Yep. So we're getting back to famous. Also, Crimson Verse is online, so we're gonna be doing card stuff after this. Whew. All right. How do I make a deck? I don't get it. Tell me how. Yet another bare bones post, eh? I'm assuming that you didn't understand what the official explanation meant. All right then, I'll try to explain it as easy as I can. Maybe I'll understand deck math over watt math. Decks are made of 4 cards. They break down like so. Only 4 cards a deck. That's pretty small. 1 general card and 3 unit cards. This is the basic rule you must follow whenever you make a new deck. Other rules are, the total cost of the unit card must be the same or equal to the general card's charisma. As long as the general card's charisma allows it, you can have as many of the same unit card in a deck as you'd like. General card stats contain the following characteristics. A general with a high charisma will have a low AP and HP. A general with low charisma will have high AP and HP. Using this information I mentioned in my last response, general card stats. I'll now tell you what kind of unit cards to use to construct a different kind of deck based on your general's characteristics. Improve on your general's strong points. For example, if your general has a lot of AP, put a card in a unit card that will raise it even more. Make up for your general's weak points. For example, if your general doesn't have much HP, include a unit card that will raise it. Make your general stronger all around. For example, if your general has a lot of AP but almost no HP, use a unit card that will not only raise their HP but also make it so that they can attack. A combination of the two styles listed above. Although I've written down how to build a deck around your general here, you can also try building a deck around the unit cards that you want to use once you've figured out the concept. Alright. When adding unit cards to a deck, be sure to think about how you want to divide up your general's charisma. Specialist style. A style that bets everything you have on your best unit card, junction ability. Once you've added a unit card with a high cost, add in 2 other unit cards to fill in the remaining charisma. These cards will usually have the cost around 1 or 2. Balance style. A style that aims for victory by dividing your general's charisma evenly for a well-balanced deck that lacks any outstanding feature. For example, using a general with 8 charisma, you'd use unit cards with a 1, 3, with a 3, 3, and 2 cost. Rare cards may look to be really strong or have an amazing junction ability, but just putting 1 in your deck doesn't guarantee you victory. Be sure to double check your general card's characteristics and your unit card's characteristics and think about how you want to use your general's charisma most effectively. Okay, that's it. Does that help? How do I use the menu? I don't get it. Tell me how. Did you read the manual? Try to figure things out for yourself before asking other people. For that matter, let me say this. I know this makes me sound like a grumpy elder, but try to be a little more polite when asking others for favors. No one's going to help you with that attitude. An attitude like that. Now, I fully agree with what you're saying, but let's tell him anyway. Besides, it looks like he's still a child, okay? I'll explain in the next response. Cards. This lets you construct a deck. See the cards on you own and hold practice battles. You can also use this to view the illustrations for all cards you collect. About the terms used. If you're wondering what some of the words mean, I explain them all in this thread. Crimson Versus is back. Versus. This lets you enter a deck made in the cards menu in the battle arena. Yeah. Once you've entered, decks will automatically find opponents and fight them, so there's no need for a player to control them. Also, if you choose the log command in the Versus menu, you can see a battle log of your 20 most recent fights. Game Help explains how to play Crimson Versus, how to use the menus, and other aspects. I recommend making this your first stop if you become unsure of what to do. End. This will log you out of Crimson Versus and bring you back to your computer's desktop. You can save your game with Data Manager or something, just like you can with the world. Don't forget to save your game before turning off your computer. When playing Crimson Versus, your status is shown in the bottom right of the screen. I'll explain each status for you just in case. Player name displays the name you chose when making your account. Registered deck displays the name of the deck you currently have registered in the battle arena. Battle record displays your total battle wins, losses since starting the game. Cannot be reset. Rank displays your rank. Your rank goes up the more you win and goes down the more you lose. That should just about do it. Did that help? Crimson Versus is back. At long last, it's back. The rules and terms may have changed a lot, but who cares? I'm just happy to be able to play Crimson Versus again. Okay, I'm off to jump into Red Hot World all over again. Yippee! They've restarted service. This is great. Since they've made a lot of changes since before, they've even gone and changed some of the terms. Not to mention that we can't use any of our old cards. All the money I spent on them. I'm sure that this is all part of the fresh start to help draw in new players, but for people that were playing before, it's harsh. Since there seemed to be a lot of confusion with the new changes, I thought I'd try to summing up the terms. Hopefully this will help the new players too. Deck, a group of cards made up of specified numbers. Entering this deck into the battle arena will let you fight with it in cards battles. A single account can hold up to 3 decks. Journal cards. The card that commands the deck. The winner of a card battle is decided by the results of the battle between general cards. Unit cards, the rank and file of the Crimson Verses. They exist in order to add junction abilities, see below, to general card. The result of the unit card battles have no direct effect on the winner of the card battle. Charisma, a stat held by the general card, primarily used only when constructing a deck. The 3 unit cards chosen must have their cost, see below, be the same or less than general card's charisma. Since this is pretty long, I'll write the rest in the next response. Continued from the last response. Cost, a stat held by the unit cards. The unit cards you use in your deck must have their total cost be the same or less than the general card's charisma. Also, cost is used for attacking and defending during the unit card battles. It's easy to understand if you just think of the cost as the unit card's AP, attack power, for the unit card battles. Junction abilities, special abilities held only by unit cards. These abilities do not activate at all during unit card battles. Instead, they activate after the unit card they belong to win their unit card battles before being junctioned to the general card. Continued even more. Trinity, an element stat held by all cards. Trinities fall into the following types: Assault, Snipe, Shield. Trinities act a lot like rock, paper, scissors. Assault beats Shield, Shield beats Snipe, Snipe beats Assault, and so on. Rarity, a stat held by all cards. Displays the chances of acquiring that card. Rarity falls into the following 4 types: Common, Rare, Super Rare, Ultra Rare. Common is the one found most often. Ultra Rare is the one found least often. This should just about do it. Thanks for the summary. Man, they sure made a lot of changes. You'll have to learn the new card balances all over again. News! System trouble. First it was comas, now it's containment. Man, CC Corp's never at the loss for news. And whose kind of fantasy was it to be trapped inside the world anyway? I can't believe this kind of tripe passes for news, honestly. Yeah, but looking back at all the other incidents, aren't they all things that you'd think could normally never happen? Maybe they're just putting on a big charade, lol. To have more people find out about CC Corp and sell lots of games. Weird way to go about it. Even at the expense of their reputation. Personally, I think that's even less like an explanation. Wouldn't it make a lot more sense to have them all be rumors spread by competing companies jealous of the world's success? When I heard about the latest incident, I thought it sounded like fun. I wouldn't want to fall into a coma, but I'd love the idea of being trapped in a game, lol. You could dive into your favorite game world, hunt all the monsters you want, and aim to be the game's new protagonist. Although personally, instead of a fantasy world, I want to visit a dirty, grimy world where demons and stuff are always flying around. I know just how you feel, lol. Personally, I prefer traditional fantasy worlds myself, lol. But I still can't believe this actually happens. I'm thinking it's just like CC Corp said, and that it was just some kind of subliminal thing written into the game's programming. They said this in the news story too, but subliminal effects don't contain nearly the kind of hypnotic effects that many people believe. Scientists have been studying subliminal effects for years, but none of their experiments have proven anything except that they exist. It's true that there are software programs being sold that use subliminal thoughts for help functions, but their actual effects are sketchy at best. I think we'd be better off considering the subliminal part of the story at some kind of lie CC Corp is feeding us to stall for time. Trapped inside the world, eh? So, were their minds and bodies sucked into computers, lol? I have to agree with Stella. This whole story sounds like some kind of cheap shot from a less successful competitor. I can somewhat accept the idea of having an online game put you into a coma, but actually being sucked into the game world itself, lol. It sounds just like something a kid would come up with. I gotta write this down. Looks like there's no one personally involved with the incident here. Oh, Nuada. Nuada's writing a report. So I gotta check Crimson Verses. One second. One moment. Just wanna check something. Okay. It had exclamation mark, so I was double checking I didn't need to reply or something. Or I didn't have the option to, at least. Lost Ground Mega Threat. The Lost Ground, the world's greatest mystery. Some rumors say that they are the legacy of the Twilight Epitaph. Other rumors say that they are the guides to the Key of the Twilight. This land appears out of nowhere only to disappear again. Should we gather up all the rumors and information we know on this thread? I'll start things off with an example. Official name, Hulgrans Cathedral, that which hides in the heavens. Area word, hidden, forbidden, holy ground. Official setting, the holy cathedral in which the humans imprisoned the goddess Aurora. Rumor, if you come here at midnight, in real, wait, is that midnight or, that is midnight. Yes, midnight. In real life time, you can hear a young girl crying. Those who hear her crying will fall into a coma 1 week later. If you target and search the mark on the altar, you will be cursed, and eventually your real-life self will be PK'd by Tri-Edge. So, that's the idea. What other rumors do you know? Official name, Archcolin Waterfall, Land of Origin. Area words, hidden, forbidden, radiation. Official setting, the place where a young cleric summoned the goddess when the humans fought the power of the shadow. Rumors. Using a special item here will open up a new path that will let you enter the temple behind the waterfall. Official name, Morgu Barrow Wall, the final gate. Area words, hidden, forbidden, bulwark. Official setting, the giant gate which blocked the way to the heavens, protected by the god of law, full set. Rumors. Bringing the key of the Twilight here will open the gate. The god of the world is on the other side of the gate, and he will grant the wishes of those who bring him the key. Official name, Isle of Kings High Brazil. Brazil? Eternal Paradise. Area words, none. It is inside Makanu, but you can only go there for the party that celebrates the new area emperor. Oh, that place. Official setting, an artificial island created by the humans who fought and won against the gods. Contains a chapel that was built as a victory memorial. Rumors. Players who have become an area arena can get special emperor-only skill from CC Corp here. Did I get a skill? Oh yeah, I got the radiation. Let's see, is there any change here? No. No new people added. All right. More art time. A blade and edge team. Oh, wait. Gotta get the art. Nice to meet you. I'm someone just trying to raise their level in the world. That said, I remember being PK'd by these two. Hey, I remember them when I just started out. Still, even when I'd been PK'd, I was more impressed with how pretty the graphics were rather than being upset at being killed. Is that strange? That image burned itself into my brain, or has burned itself. So well it'll probably never go away. And today, I'm working hard to surpass those two. I guess they kind of became role models for me somewhere along the line. I think I've become decently strong these days, and so I'd like to try fighting them again. But, to tell the truth, I have no idea what their names are. If anyone knows or has seen them around, I'd be grateful for any information you could pass on. That drawing captures the beauty of the world spectacularly. I could almost lose myself in it. These two are a pair of PKers that often go after beginning players. I believe the male Blade Brigadier is called Eoten, and the female Edge Punisher is called Asta. So your frustration turned into admiration somewhere along the way. That's really nice. I hope you find them someday. My partner is gone. There it is. From the day I first started the world up until yesterday, my partner, who had stuck with me through thick and thin, finally passed on. Of course, when I say partner, I mean my head-mounted display. Okay. Kinda concerned me for a bit there. It was a Sonus Neuro Goggle, HMD, that was always being advertised in those if you're gonna play the world commercials. The fact that it was missing a few pixels on each side was all part of its charm. Now that I think about it, I realize it's been 7 years. Thanks, partner. The picture I posted here is the Harvest Cleric that was the last thing my HMD ever showed me. She got burned into the display when it broke, and I haven't been able to get the image out of my head since, which is why I shared it with you. I'll go buy a new HMD tomorrow. If it's been 7 years, then it must have been pretty big. The new ones today are really tiny. Grin. After all, it's now perfectly natural to go around wearing them outside. Of course, what with the creepy doll syndrome and stuff going around, it's better not to play online games too much. That would probably sound more convincing if I hadn't just become a level 43 myself. I just made it to level 12 myself. An old-fashioned HMD, eh? Yeah, the new ones are so much better. I'd like to get a new tiny one myself, but they're just too expensive for me now. On a different note, that's a great drawing. It makes me want to ask you for art lessons. That's an awesome drawing. It's so good to make. It makes me wonder if I'm worthy of even being here, even be here. How on earth did you get that good at drawing? Please tell me. I'd also appreciate a lesson on color usage while you're at it. I guess doing it with a mouse won't cut it anymore. How do you do? 7 years. Those old models were really heavy, weren't they? The new ones are great. I just wish I had the cash. That's so lucky that you were able to see the Harvest Cleric so clearly for your last scene. She's beautiful. Good luck with your new HMD. Whoa, they still sell HMD somewhere? All I see in the stores here are the M2Ds. Hi there. Call me Tazna. 7 years. That's an amazing HMD you had. I just started today myself, lol. I did have a bit of an accident getting it set up though. Your art skills are amazing. Fantastic. I wish I could draw like that. Please consider being my teacher. Finally, please hurry up and buy your new HMD and come back here soon, lol. That's a cute Harvest Cleric. That's amazing that your HMD lasted for 7 years. Everyone is just so impressed by the HMD. Lasting 7 years. That's all they care about. I always get personally attached to things that have been with me for a long time too. According to the nearby used goods store owner, there's no longer making HMDs at all. Any you find these days are all used ones, bought off of customers or old inventory gotten rid of by stores. There were still 5 left in the used goods store though. It's true that the M2Ds are what's in these days, but even with the reduced prices, they're still too much for most students. In my case, I had to beg my dad over and over before he agreed to buy me one for my birthday. Displays have been getting lighter since they started making plastic ones a few years ago, but for some reason they're still selling them at high prices. It's truly a shame. Science needs to hurry up and get on the ball. These days it's the sun visor. It's the sun visor styles that are popular. My younger sister has one, but she had to save her allowance for months to be able to afford it. I'd like to get one too, but my parents just say to make do with our computer monitor. That Harvest Cleric is definitely cute, but I'm more impressed by your drawing skills. M2Ds are definitely expensive. I've been working part-time to afford one, but I finally picked one up. Man, scientific progress has been amazing lately. I don't know how we ever put up with modders. Lol. It seems like something that breaks easily. Seems like it. Either that or people are just like in the upgrade culture where like once the new one comes out, that's what everyone's clamoring after. Oh, so much news. Alright. There were still some HMDs at my local electronics store. The difference between it and the new M2Ds are still night and day, but it's lighter than my old partner and has more endurance to boot. Much better battery power. She's a serious girl with no missing pixels. I totally thought they were. Besides, M2Ds look like they'd fall apart at the slightest mistake. Heck, I have a friend who broke his by falling asleep and having them slip off his face. Anyway, I'm off to continue my adventures with my brand new partner. Huzzahs all around. Oh my goodness, there's so much art. Hey, it's her. It's all pie. It's Pouty Pie. Hello, I'm Town, the steam gunner who never levels up because he always spends his time looking at the graphic. The other day I looked at the graphics in my Makanu like I always do. Our Makanu. When suddenly this player character in an amazing costume comes bounding into my sight. She looked like a character that had taken everything great from the super sexy costumes from the past and put them together in her character design. I was so overcome by the sudden shock and volume that I actually got a nosebleed. Oh my god. My controller now has the bloodstains to show for it. When I tried to follow her to better study the graphics, I got spotted and chewed out, but it was worth it. You're too late. Pi has already been claimed by many times over. Oh, blue-eyed samurai. First me, second me, third me, 14th George's. 1825 Julius. 300 millionth town. I just took a look at the other thread, so she's called Pi, eh? And hey, what's with the low ranking? Not to mention you put George's way up there like it was nothing. Oh yeah, thanks for the light, Blue Eyes. Sorry about that, Julius. There's far more skin than cloth. 3 cheers for R2. Her glasses fog up her glasses. Then, to get rid of the fog, she'll turn on the wipers for her glasses, but they won't be fast enough, so she'll turn them to high and the white button will become a self-destruct button, and it's easy to see who— What? I'll be sending you my information bill later. 500 million. What? I don't. Alright, moving on from that. I'm down from 25th? Hey, there's no need to get depressed. There is no ranking when it comes to feelings. This character is so cool for a female. It's like... For a female. It's like she's so hot, but also so cool, that she hits that sweet spot in my strike zone perfectly. Recently I saw her in Makanu Central District. I worked up all my courage to talk to her, but she shot me down with a cold, keep it short. I wonder if she's considered joining my guild, Soul Companions. I wouldn't care how many other guilds she was in. What kind of fanfic? I have no idea. I don't know what. I have no idea what was even happening with that. Oh god, the ninja chins. The Shinobi. Shinobi. I like Chimnobi better. My pun is superior. Get out of here. It is very nice art though. Hello, I'm Cow, and I'm new here. I've been playing the world for a while now, but I just realized something. All the Chim assassins I've been taking out up till now, they only show up to take revenge for their Chim friends. When I thought of it that way, I couldn't find it in me to kick them anymore. Do any of you have something like that you never thought about until it suddenly hit you one day? Ninjas? If there was a Chim assassin version of the King Chim, I bet it'd be pretty tough, like it would be taking revenge for all the Chims. Oh, is that foreshadowing? Do we have some foreshadowing coming up? Madam, there's another Pi thread! I love Madam Pi. Remember the final Demon Palace tournament battle that with Team Haseo won? I'm sure everyone's eyes are on Haseo, but mine are on none other than the beautiful woman on the opposing team, Kun. She may not have taken away the title, but she did take away my heart. I can only pray that my love makes its way to her heart intact. Too late, I called dibs. Damn, I suppose trials and tribulations are unavoidable in true love. But I'm not giving up that easily. I also fell hard for Madam Pi. I won't give up either. You're too late. First me, second me. Oh, it's this again. Oh, George's went. Yeah, okay. I see. I'm reading them in reverse order. That makes sense. That makes sense now. I mean, since in some big ol' air quotes, but since all the same. You big meanie. You only got to where you are by mixing up with PKers. Come on, raise my ranking a bit. Georges, I may have helped some out, but I've never been helped by any of them. I'll switch your ranking with Julius. Oh, really? Didn't a certain PKKer save you from being beaten to a pulp by some PKers? You know, right before you gave him an item and begged him to keep it a secret? Me? Ridiculous. That must have been a fake. I don't mind being called such things myself, but some other guys would probably take them a lot harder. They say that when you look down on others, you also look down on yourself. Be careful as to what you say from now on. I was here before any of you. Do your homework and go to sleep already. Okay, good night. Zzz. Hey! That's some sad art. Pi is great, but I also like Adelie. A while ago, I saw her with a lonely look on her face, just like in this picture. Maybe I should have taken a chance to talk to her. I'd rather talk to you myself. You're really good. Oh! My ranking's surprisingly high. At least that's what I thought before you switched it. That's a fantastic picture of Adelie. Is Adelie famous? We got some fan clubs brewing. Yeah. Sigh. After the nasty virus attack, my computer's gone for good. I tried to repair it, but everything's been reformatted. It's very depressing. Of course, this goes without saying, but as a result, I can't use the world character anymore. So, since there was nothing to be done, I made a second character, a boxer named P. Did I know a P? A boxer named Kohaku. Be nice, okay? Oh, and please watch out for viruses yourselves. I'm sorry to hear about your computer, but since you were able to come back, at least you know you weren't taken out by a famous PKer. Just kidding. Tell you what, why don't we meet up at the arena too, Now that I look closely, I see she's a female character. It's not my usual policy to initiate fights against females, but for some reason I feel like I can fight against you with no problem, maybe because she doesn't look very feminine. Dude! My god, now Long. My god. She looks pretty strong, her speed could be quite a problem. Well, I did feel like I was going to faint when my computer stopped responding. Well, fortunately, I was able to pull myself together. Oh, the arena, eh? I was just thinking that I wanted to try that. I'll get some friends together and challenge you. Then I'll show you just how manly I can be. She looks like a woman but acts like a man, lol. Just so you know, I'm quite confident in my speed. I'm especially good at repeatedly jumping from side to side. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Lol. Enjoy your lunch, Yona. I'm going to be reading more news. I like the style. I like the eyes. It reminds me of Hitman Reborn. A little bit. The eyes. Wee bit. Tiny bit. Hello, this is my first post to Apkalu. I just came back from the recent Moondream seminar. I was there as one of the staff, but I am afraid I got nervous in front of so many people and made a lot of trouble for my fellow staff members. Thanks to Adelie from the second unit, I was able to finish up the seminar. Adelie, thanks a ton for your help. Good work on the seminar, and wow, is that me? Thank you so much for your beautiful portrayal. I was combined as betrayal, which would not be appropriate. It would also Adelie. She's typing. She's back in action. Not at all. I should be thanking you. I was only able to do my best because you were doing the same. I truly appreciate it. Let's do our best on the next seminar too. One must live strong to live at all. You'll soon be offered a very expensive vase or something. Seminar, I couldn't handle being forced to do something like that in the game. That's scarier than the PKers. One day, I was invited to attend one of those, but no less than 10 Moontree characters. Somebody's popular. Admired. Oh, it's a pencil drawing. Beautiful. I tried drawing Ovan and Haseo from the guild I admire, the Twilight Brigade. Those two are just too cool. I was shocked when I heard the guild had been disbanded, but lately I see Haseo around Makino a lot. I think I'm going to work up my courage and talk to him the next time I see him. What's your name? I'll try to talk to you. Rainbow Ruriku? Colored pencils. I haven't seen analog coloring in a long time. If you start PKing a lot, you'll probably meet Haseo whether you want to or not, don't you think? I remember how nervous I felt the first time I talked to someone I admired. Good luck, Rainbow Ruriku. You know, I saw the person on the right just the other day. I saw him in town, lol. Hey! That's nice. Nice and airbrushed. Very smooth, very good. The Twilight Brigade, I remember them. I used to look up to them too. Oban and Chino, who both loved illustrations, were so mysterious and cool. Hello. Every time I see one of Biwa's pictures, I always... Is that Biwa? Yes, it is. I always think the same thing. Beautiful! Of course, Oban and Chino are beautiful too. Especially Chino. She's so hot. Oh man, my nose won't stop bleeding. Come. Are you the same guy? Did you stay in your controller? Okay. Rainbow Ruriku. Part of me is moved, and part of me is disturbed. I'm all scared thinking of that Chin is going to start stabbing things. B, while you're drawing is wonderful. Shino's smile feels like it's shooting straight through my heart. Difficult monsters. Ooh, big belly. Hello. Does anybody here have monsters that are giving them a hard time? For me, it's holy eaters. Not only are they really strong, they even heal themselves. Do they? I don't think I've let one live long enough to try. I struggle every day to find some way of beating them. If anyone here has some monsters they find difficult or better ways to defeat them, please let me know, for future reference. Attack from behind. Play dead. Sorry. Poison them. Sorry again. Fight them head on. There's no other way. I guess my only choice is getting stronger. Guess it's time to start building up experience. Beast Hunter K, Samurai Blue Eyes, SR, thank you for your responses. And Chim Chim. That's terrifying. Hello, today I read a manga with my mother that my mother used to read a long time ago. It was quite an eye-opener. I think Chim Chim with a human face would be very, very cute. That is awful, disturbing, horrible. Never do it again. Whoa, it's a lady Chim Chim, lol. You've really improved, Johnson. This isn't related to the main post, but your mother's quite... Never mind. You scare me. I'm kind of worried what No Mung was going to say. Wow, I just got a crazy image in my head of a Chim Chim's face when they get that over their heads. 100 per day. I also love Chim Chims. I make sure to kick at least 100 of them every day. I like to kick some Chims whenever I've had a bad day. Like when my wife's getting on my case again. Chim team, I get the feeling that you really like Chims. I also love the way they bend after you kick them. Hello. That's a funny one. God Chim Chim. It loves hearing the words barbecue lunch. What do you all think? I like how you have it so that he likes the sound of barbecue lunch instead of the actual lunch. Lol, good stuff. Keep them up. Ooh, Chim candies. That's really nice. To Johnson, who loves Chim Chims, I hear they have sweets like this out now. Sadly, I do not know where you can get them. Looks good. That candy looks like a rock. That looks yummy. You must prefer snacks to meals. How did you know? Wonderful. It's a candy that'll have the kids crying. Everything else is like, I mean, there's no new. Good. We're good on news. An hour and a half of news later, we're good. We have all these things now. It's just boop. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right. What now? I guess I could try out Crimson Versus and then break for lunch. I think that's a good plan. Welcome to Crimson Versus. Crimson Versus is an automatic card game. Create a deck, register for Battle Arena, and battles will be conducted automatically with other players. Decks battling nets you cards, which you can use to build stronger decks. Win matches, become the number one player in the rankings. Oh, good, a new rankings to top syllabus. Let's see. What did you... Degenerating Kaseo, is that me? Or some... Okay. Oh no, these are cards! I thought these were rankings. You've got following cards. These decks have already been set into your deck. You got Booster Pack, 2 Red Rebellion 2, which is 6 cards. You got following cards. Balmung, okay. Yep. Card. Deck edit. Here you can choose which deck you would like to edit. So you can maintain a total of 3 decks and choose one of the 3 for battle. Oh. Okay. Here you can choose which cards in your deck to switch. Yep. Each journal has a charisma. Yep. Is there an auto? Okay. Hey, it's her. She is from the book that I am trying to read, but I have not gotten a lot of time to read it. That Hexel, it means blue or green in Japanese. It's like Miami or Miori, something like that. She was also in the anime. I think that's her. It makes sense. Unreaching Blade? Ooh, the Trinity. Oh, I see them in the back there. And the March of Destruction. Alright. Here you can choose General... Oh, it's classic Balmung, too. This one's 7. 7 HP. Alright, cool. So I'll leave that one as is. Hey, it's these two! It's you know, it's weird. It's weird that you know, in game that there are cards with characters like that, but also it's kind of cool. All right, so he's got high HP, low AP, so 7. Okay, so let's see what are cards. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! They're adorable together. And Pyros! Class Kappa Rappa Kappa. Is that his like Master Subaru? This is some fan service. This is some quality fan service. Okay. I should look at all these cards. If only could enlarge card. Beautiful. That how many? That's 4. No, I just wanna. Okay. Like I don't know what these junction abilities mean. This one adds 2 AP at the end of each of your turns when turn goes first. Wait, or 1 junction ability gained through the junction shield equipment unit from an enemy general. Sure, that sounds good. I should probably switch one of these. Adds 2 AP, adds 2 AP. That's 1 AP. And reduces 1 HP at the beginning of each. And reduces 1 HP at the beginning of each. I don't know if I like that. So what else we got? Hey, Tabby. That's only, it only costs 1. Oh shit! It's her. Some HP. Points. Damage to the enemy general. Pretty good. Versus general take the first turn. If both parties have junctioning ability, it loses this effect. Have this. Okay, so yeah, cancels out. Deals 1 point of damage in the general beginning of turn. Oh wait, so it's you have a total 7. I currently have but 6. So if I make this then I could have these be this. Yeah. And you have 9 charisma? Jeez. Okay, let's... Why not? And then this, let's say it's 3, 4, that's 7, so we can do another 2. 1 HP to the general could be nice. 5 HP to the general. 3. You have 7, 3, 2, 2. So I could first be nice. That's fun. Let's try that. Try holding a practice battle after it. Okay, let's. Yeah, sure. Let's give it a shot. This one. Use your opponents. Yeah. Choose a deck for the right side. If you made your choice, spell. My own cards. That one. Wait, so it's it is automatic, so it's just... Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's just set up your deck. Hey, I win. Okay, I don't know if that's... Oh, I'm not... I need to edit this deck a little bit. Maybe not. This one I'll switch you out with. That. Yeah. Okay. It feels very luck-based. Versus... Sure. That was also posted. About version complete. Choose end. To return to S.A. It will take place automatically once every minute. While playing the world. Okay. Interesting. Should I switch deck? Okay, 2 AP. Someone has like high AP, but ooh, high attack, low AP. Let's double check. You have evade. It's only one turn. That's great. First user, I'll take the first turn. Nice. Extra damage. Let's switch this around. Only one thing of damage. More HP might be better. Here. 50 at the end of each of your turns. And your general goes first. I don't think I need more HP, but if I do this, good. Oh, but I'm over the limit, so I can switch you out of 1. The damage would be nice. There's 1 junction ability gained through a junction shield element. I don't. Oh. Okay. 5 HP. 1 more HP, maybe. 1 HP, 2 general. That actually might be good for save, but worry about it later. 1 AP. Let's see how that works. I wonder if that means I'll assume since it's automatic, I don't need to worry. I won't have to rewatch all of them. Maybe it'll let me rewatch my log. Cool. All right. I guess I could end it there for now. I think I will. I'm gonna go get some lunch. I'll be back after lunch. All right. All right. Bye.